In this actual play, we have two players who are rather experienced, so we don't need to go over the rules at the beginning. Instead, we jump straight into creating the setting. Then, later, a third player joins us who is a bit newer, so we go over the rules when they come up during play. And now, Fear of the Unknown.
I've been on a binge of a lot of maritime disaster videos. So the Great Lakes in the 1950s and 60s.
All right.
Okay. This is something I'm familiar with.
Since we're recording this for other people's future reference, I'll do a brief introduction. Since Sean and Jamie, the two players today, have already played several times already, we don't need to go over the rules, and instead we'll just address them as they come up. And so the first thing that we're going to do together is create the setting. Jamie was suggesting the Great Lakes in the 1950s or 60s, a small town with a ferry port in it, which I think sounds great. The first question, which will give us our first town tag, is what is a local landmark? Gain a town tag like the Abandoned Quarry, or the Statue of the Beloved Town Founder, or the Only Diner in Town. And the ferry port, I'm guessing?
That would work.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of a town name right now, but I'm never going to top Coffin Nail, Arizona, am I?
That's a pretty great town name. Second question, who is someone that everyone in town knows, or at least knows of? Gain a town tag like the Gregarious Dean, or the Slimy Mayor, or the Quietly Intimidating Crime Lord.
Not gonna lie, I immediately thought of Jaws and almost said the scumbag mayor as you said it.
Yeah, I was thinking of the terrible mayor as well.
Scumbag mayor it is. What is a group in town that at least a sizable portion of the town despises? Gain a town tag like the Corrupt Police, or the Ivory Tower University, or the Biker Gang with Hearts of Gold. So, for instance, last time that I ran this, the answer was tourists.
Yeah, I was just thinking tourists.
Are there a lot of people coming out to do recreational fishing on the Great Lakes? Or I've never lived next to the Great Lakes, so I don't really know what people do on them.
I grew up next to Lake Michigan, so
yeah. What do people do on the lakes?
They'll go fishing. They have a lot of beaches. So people go out to the beaches on them.
Okay.
Just swimming in general.
Okay, so is this like a resort town again, like in Jaws?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a resort. We could border a national park where we have all the beaches and everything. So we could be a resort town where people come fish, swim, go to the park, go to the beaches.
All right. So it's a resort town, and the group that a lot of locals dislike is the tourists who come to the resort town.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And if we base this in Wisconsin, they could be Illinois tourists because people in Wisconsin can't stand people that come up from Illinois.
Oh, so what you mean is everyone hates all these people that keep coming up from Chicago?
Yes.
All right.
Someone the other day, and they were actually like, "Wow, I'm actually surprised that you knew Chicago was in Illinois."
Okay. Well, I guess if you're not from America. What is something that the town is obsessed with? Gain a town tag like the Crosstown Sports Rivalry, or the Annual Harvest Festival, or the Stories of Cryptids in the Woods. So I could see this.
What about boat races?
Ooh,
yeah.
Fun. The regatta.
Yeah. Because then we'd have the group that wants, advance, so we can actually have like motorboats. Then you have the diehards that are like only small sailing vessels.
Nice. For the fifth town tag, we pick one of those questions that we've already answered and answer it again. So for instance, we'd gain a second landmark or a second town obsession, a second person everybody knows, etc. So which question would you like to answer again?
I feel like two landmarks, because Sean brought up the idea of the town being next to a national park or something earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that national park like the lake, or is it?
I know
is there forest as well, or?
Yeah, it'd be like on land where they're just preserving like some of the dunes and the actual countryside before we plow it all under and make it farmland.
You're going to turn dunes into farmland.
Yeah, they tried.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We're going to end up just with like actually Camp Crystal Lake, but on Lake Michigan instead.
A very big lake to have your camp on. Okay, so we've got our setting. It's a small resort town in Wisconsin by the Great Lakes by Wisconsin in the Great Lakes in the 1950s. There's the ferry port taking people to and from the town. Is that the only way in and out of the town?
No, but it would be a quicker way over to Michigan.
Okay. All right, so there is like a road or something.
Yeah.
There's the scumbag mayor who only cares about attracting the tourist dollars. There's the tourists themselves. There's the boat races participated in both by locals and by tourists. And of course, the whole town is half of it is adjacent to the water and the other half is adjacent to the national park with dunes and forest. So that's our setting. And next up is character creation, which follows a very similar process of question and answer. So the two of you are going to create your characters now, and then we have one person who's running late and is going to potentially join us, and then like create a character really quickly, and you guys will give a brief catch-up description of what's happened and where we are, and then they'll jump into the narrative when that happens. So let's get started creating your guys' characters.
Fair enough. I thought of a town name.
Oh, yeah?
What if we just called it Anchor, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
All right. Anchor. So, for the first character creation question, what have you trained for the most in your life? Gain a positive tag, like 7th generation farmer, or promising young mathematician, or Golden Gloves boxer.
I'm leaning in towards the sailing, like the boat racing, but my character is definitely part of the sailing crowd. I think we don't need all these motorboats if you're going to be a true lakesman. You're gonna have to learn how to sail.
Okay, I like that. That'll definitely come in handy for any scenes that take place on the water.
I would like to, because we've got a national park and there's also the lakes, of course. I was thinking hardcore survivalist.
All right. Yeah, living in an isolated rural community like this. I bet that your survivalist mentality comes into conflict with the idea of the community living off of tourist dollars.
Either that or it's, oh yeah, that's that guy. What do? We'll use them as a tourist attraction.
Oh yeah.
Look at how rugged this person is. Go away. I'm trying to hunt deer.
All right. Cool. So for the next question, this one doesn't directly give you a tag. Instead, it sort of splits the flow chart. So come up with the answer, but don't write it down. And then in a moment, tell me the answer. Which do you value most? Wealth, knowledge, or power? So who says wealth? Nobody. Who says knowledge?
Me.
Both of you. Okay. Uh, what is something that you already know a bit about and want to know more about? Gain a positive tag like obscure geography facts or astronomy enthusiast or this weird old book I found.
This weird old book I found.
Also, just out of curiosity, are you guys able to hear the rooster crowing in the background?
I can't hear it.
Okay.
I constantly ask people if they can hear the rain outside because it's like audible over my headphones at like full volume. Just hear it like pounding away at the roof. And I'm on the first floor of a 3-floor house.
When you say first floor, do you mean
I mean the
ground floor? Okay.
Because I look at the other English people and go, you freaks.
I was going to say, with such a internationally diverse audience for Fear of the Unknown, whenever somebody uses a phrase like that has different meanings in different places, I'm not sure which one they're using.
Yeah, my knowledge of floors was informed by playing Resident Evil as a child.
Oh.
So
all
it
right.
was 1F, 2F, 3F.
Ah. Okay. So do you guys have something you already know a bit about and want to know more about?
I'm trying to think of something that doesn't overlap with the survivalist angle too hard.
I mean, they can overlap as long as they're distinct enough that like there will be circumstances where one is relevant and the other isn't. It's also totally fine and valid for there to be circumstances where both of them are relevant. So you could do like hunting or canning food or I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably do like specific, like, you know, let's say
Brewing your own
hunting.
Beer. Handgun hunting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, actually, so
speaking as an American who, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say it's probably actually a bit early for that because that's why the 44 Magnum, that's what it got marketed as.
Yeah,
because that's about the only use that Magnum cartridges really have once you go above 357.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking as an American who has plenty of friends who own guns and go hunting and stuff, the impression I get as someone who does not own a gun and does not go hunting is that handgun hunting is like pretty impractical and is the sort of thing that people do as like a sport rather than as a survivalism thing. Is that what you're going for with your?
Yeah, it's like sort of a, oh yeah, I'm a really good survivalist, but also, why do you do this? Mostly just to show how good I am at this.
Nice. I had a friend who went boar hunting with the most interesting modern weapon I've heard of in a while. It's a spear, but instead of the tip of it being like a large blade, the tip of it is this sort of plunger mechanism that you put a shotgun shell in, and when you depress the plunger by like stabbing something with it, it fires the shotgun shell.
Yeah, those are I think they're literally called boomsticks.
Yeah.
And they're originally meant for like fighting off sharks.
Oh really? Huh, okay. All right, cool. So handgun hunting for Jamie's survivalist. Sean, what are you thinking?
I'm taking obscure local history.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Leaning into hating anyone from out of town. With their fancy, motor boats that pollute the lake.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, knowledge cuts both ways. Someone learned something about you that you'd rather they didn't. What was it? Gain a negative tag, like unbeknownst to me, someone saw me do a hit and run, or paranoid delusions, or I'm being blackmailed.
Okay, not quite a hit and run. I accidentally shot a hiker.
Did they survive?
No.
Okay. So, but someone knows about this. Did they have like a friend they were hiking with, and that person lived to tell the tale?
I was thinking more, it's a national park. There's like park rangers and stuff. The mayor's a scumbag. There's probably a shady park ranger or two.
Okay, all right. And so somebody knows about this, but you're not currently in jail. So did you get off somehow, or like is your court date upcoming, or how is it that this happened and you're not arrested for manslaughter?
Yeah, we can probably say the court date's upcoming.
Okay. Cool. Sean, who knows something bad about you?
So I steal the boats of the tourists and I sell them in the next town over. Where they change out the VINs and move them off to some other locale.
All right.
I just thought of something funny. Well, not funny, kind of grim, but I was gonna say, like, we end up with a Demolition Man-esque plot twist of the park ranger going, yeah, that hiker, they were already dead. It was me.
The next question is, have you been more of a risk taker in life, or did you try to take things easy? And if you are more of a risk taker, what was the biggest thing that went wrong in your life because you took a risk, or something that stopped you from going as far as you wanted? Gain a negative tag like permanent limp or serious debts or someone has a grudge. And if you try to take things easy, you skip this question. If one of you is a survivalist and the other one is a boat thief, it doesn't sound to me like you avoid risks.
Yeah, I was gonna be a risk taker.
Part of me is thinking maybe I'm also really into the handgun hunting because I got like attacked by a bear, so one of my arms really hurts. Using a rifle's like it's too heavy.
Okay. So that's why you like the handgun hunting, is because it's a lighter weight and you don't have to have it like braced against your injured shoulder.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, the town sheriff knows that I'm one of the ones like stealing the tourist cars and boats. He can't prove it, so he has a deep grudge against me to try and prove that I'm the one that's ruining the town image by constantly fleecing the tourists of whatever I can.
Okay. I like that. And then, what is something that you're good at that people might not guess? Gain a positive tag like chess master or barroom brawler or former sailor.
Okay, I just thought of one that would never come up, but might come up with the scumbag mayor. My character wasn't always a hardcore survivalist. He's also a really good accountant.
Okay, I can see that coming up. Not very many times, but I can see it being like crucial the one time that it does come up. So I like it.
I'm now going back to my own joke about the park ranger actually being the one who killed the hiker. Oh my god, your financial records! You killed him to cover up your debt for the scumbag mayor! Oh.
Yes.
So this is the...
just been murking people.
So we said this like the 50s/60s?
That's right.
I think the 60s would make more sense because by then the 44 Magnum actually exists.
Okay, sure. I was imagining this is one of those older movies that was, set in the present, but there's nothing very specifically calling out when it's set. Although someone like a firearms nerd who knows when a specific kind of gun was invented could be like, aha, this must be set in at least.
Yeah, you have a Smith & Wesson Model 29. I don't remember when it was manufactured. I just remember it was some point I just remember it definitely existed in the 1960s. Because obviously in like 71, Dirty Harry came out. Which would also make sense as to how my character is into handgun hunting, because those aren't cheap. Those are basically custom guns.
The Model 29 was introduced in 1955.
Oh.
My character will know Taekwondo from when he was in the army and serving in Korea.
Awesome.
But he doesn't really use it very often because he does really want to, break limbs and
right
unless he has to.
Big old roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the next question is another optional one. It's your last chance to gain another negative tag. Has anything else gone seriously wrong with your life? And if so, what is still afflicting you? Gain a negative tag like haunted or discriminated against by bigots or cursed. And if not, skip this question.
I don't know. I feel like getting attacked by a bear and accidentally shooting a hiker. I don't feel like it gets much worse than this. Oh my god! I couldn't have shot that hiker. I was unconscious after being attacked by the bear.
Oh man, maybe the bear shot the hiker.
Yes, it was the bear. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they happened at the same time. Maybe I tried to shoot the bear and accidentally, very unluckily, hit a hiker.
Yeah, you were just like, you met a hiker on the trail and the two of you were talking, and then a bear attacked the both of you. And you tried to defend yourself and missed horribly. Potentially. I'm not dictating that.
Who knows? Could be multiple things. Could be a conspiracy. Could be a bear attack. Could be both.
Could be.
Oh my god, the bear. It was the mayor in disguise.
Bear? Mayor? They rhyme.
Oh my god, he's a werebear! Get him!
Get some good old 1960s Batman deductive logic going on there.
Pull out the bear repellent.
Yes. So, Sean, did you want to gain another negative tag, or shall we move on to the next question?
We can move on. I might add one. I'm just trying to think of something.
Sure. So what is a connection with an NPC that you particularly value? Gain a positive tag like my parents with interesting jobs, or my pet dog, or drinking buddies.
My ex-wife, Regina.
Okay. Cool. An ex-wife that you have like a positive relationship with. I think that's the first time that that particular thing has been chosen as a tag in any of the games that I've played, but it is definitely not the first time that someone has had their ex as a tag. It's just always been a negative one in the past. So I have not been writing these down, but once we finish, I will want to copy all of them down.
I'm going to have a positive tag with the town's deputies because I pay them off.
Oh, okay.
The Park Ranger was corrupt.
Yeah, anyone low level, I pay off so I could, get, information on like the head ranger or the sheriff or, the other people that, annoy me in life are doing.
I'm noticing that we tend towards really corrupt or outright evil, like law enforcement figures in our games.
My character only
like
steals
in real life.
Yeah, my character only steals from the tourists, and they deserve it.
Yeah, but it's like Coffin Nail. The sheriff is corrupt. Normandy, they're literally Nazis.
Yeah.
This one, the police are corrupt.
Yeah. Well, in the full version of the game, one of the tables that the GM has access to help them improvise as things are going on is, why won't the police help? So
I paid them not to.
the idea that the police are either corrupt or useless or in on the problem or something like that is pretty baked into the genre conventions. Cool. So you both have a connection. So for your final positive tag, what is your favorite thing about yourself? Gain a positive tag like good dancer, or I always have something useful in my bag, or my analytical mind.
I'm going to go with well prepared for my time in the military and my subsequent years avoiding incarceration. I'm always ready to with like an alibi or an actual object to get me out of a situation.
Cool. I like that. I look forward to seeing what manners of preparation you come up with during the game. Jamie?
My favorite thing about myself.
Yeah. And this doesn't have to be something that's necessarily like really important to your character's self-image or like something that you use every day. For instance, if I'm making myself as a character in this, I would probably put something like I love dancing, because I love dancing, and that's a thing about myself that like every time I do it, it puts a smile on my face. But also like I don't make a living dancing or anything like that.
Right. And to be fair, just because it's a tag, I don't need to think of anything that might actually be useful.
Right. It doesn't need to be, yeah. And also like this, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to come up during play, but a general principle about picking tags like this is that they're not meant to completely define every aspect of your character. Instead, they're just meant to pick out a few aspects of your character that you think it might be fun to have come up at some point during the game.
Right. The weird part is I can already answer 16.
Well, that's all right.
Because it just ties into a previous thing of, clearly hardcore survivalist, handgun hunting, daredevil risk taker, obviously.
Yeah, that's great. If you want, we can answer 16 now and then come back to 15 when you're ready for it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something that's like unambiguously good.
So just throwing ideas out there. Something like I thought ahead and I hid caches around town. So then you could like use that to suddenly find something useful that you hid ahead of time.
I was going to think like the fact, what do I really like about myself? I know where like every hidden shelter is across the national park, every fire tower, every ranger station, every cave that doesn't have a bear in it.
Well, didn't have a bear the last time you checked.
And if it does, I've got my Smith & Wesson.
Yeah. Yeah, that works great. And then the last question, to give you your only starting wild tag: what is something that you like about yourself that some people consider a character flaw? Gain a wild tag like I know I'm gorgeous, or I'm the life of the party, or I'm convinced I'm the smartest person in the room.
I'm going with charismatic. I want people to like me, and obviously, when you want everyone to like you, some people will think you're hiding something.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I really like the phrasing "I want people to like me," because that's really evocative, and I can totally see how that can work in your favor or work against you depending on the person and the circumstances. And Jamie, you already said yours, but then it slipped my mind. What was it?
I'm a daredevil risk taker, and I've just realised that with hardcore survivalist, daredevil risk taker, ex-wife, and talented accountant, are we sure my character isn't just going through a really bad midlife crisis?
Well, I mean, it absolutely could be. Okay, so now we've got all of your starting tags. You each have 5 positive tags, 1 wild tag, and I think you each ended up with 2 negative tags.
Yeah.
So I would love for each of you to introduce your characters and repeat all of those so I can write them down. And we're going to, if you would like, play with one of the rules that is not in the quick start rules, but is in the full rules, which is bonds. And a bond is a wild tag that the two of you share that you can only invoke if you're both in the same scene together. And which, I mean, you're probably going to be a lot. And since there's only 2 of you in this game, although a third person might be joining us in a little while, the way that a bond works is each player can create 1 bond with another player, and so on average, you'll each end up with 2 bonds. And since there's only 2 of you, you'll definitely end up with 2 bonds. Although in a larger game, that's not necessarily the case. So, since the 2 of you, well, okay. First, would you each like to play with bonds?
Sure.
All right. So since you're each going to create a bond with the other one, and these bonds are symmetrical, you'll end up with 2 things connecting your characters. And these, so that means that your characters know each other like quite well. And so the way I would like to do this is have each of you introduce your characters, tell me all of your positive, negative, and wild tags so I can write them down. And while one of you is, oh, hey, you just sent me that in text form. That's convenient. While one of you is saying what your character's tags are, the other one keep an ear out for that and try to come up with a bond to propose that's related to what the other one is saying.
What if you're my brother-in-law?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Or I guess former brother-in-law.
Jamie is playing as Cyril Meredith, a hardcore survivalist and handgun hunter and retired talented accountant, who remains on good terms with his ex-wife Regina. Is it Regina or Regina?
Regina, okay.
And has a strong knowledge of shelters in the local national park. Unfortunately, has been involved in 2 different conflicts out there. One where you were injured by a bear, and one where you shot a hiker. Or perhaps that was a single conflict where just a bunch of things went wrong. But either one, you're likely to get into more conflicts like that in the future because you're a daredevil risk taker.
I can kill that bear with 1 hand.
And you're going to have to if it comes to that.
The sling, I've learned how to load a revolver with 1 hand really well, though. Isn't that dangerous? Nah, it'll be fine.
Is the term brother-in-law symmetric? Like, would you each describe the other one as a brother-in-law or ex-brother-in-law?
I'd say ex-brother-in-law.
Well, right. Yeah, ex because of the divorce, but like, yeah. Okay. It's a symmetrical term the way that like sibling is symmetrical as opposed to an asymmetrical term the way that uncle and nephew.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, Sean, do you have a name for your character?
Yes. Mark Whitaker.
Is that Whittaker?
Just 1 T. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm not pretentious like those Illinois bastards.
Okay. Well, is my former brother-in-law.
Yes. So that's the bond that you created, and keep in mind you should each create a bond. So you have another bond coming.
Since Cyril knows the national park so well, like all the little coves and inlets and everything else about it so well, he helps me hide some of the boats they steal.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're
from the rangers and from the sheriff, so I can go on to
is this one of those things? Later.
Yeah,
is this one of those things where you say
it's a family business, and
do you say hypothetically for a friend, of course?
Yeah. So
well, I guess if you were going to do that, you'd put it here.
Yeah. So I have a friend, and he wants to do some really private fishing. Where's a really good place he could fish, and no one will see his boat?
I'm really glad that you paid off the police to not know about, to pretend your smuggling doesn't happen. That could be really incriminating in the court case.
Okay. All right. So Sean is playing as Mark Whitaker, a local sailor and history expert and Taekwondo expert who bribes the deputies and is well prepared to hide the fact that he steals boats from the tourists, and who the sheriff has a grudge against, although the sheriff is not certain that is there a specific reason that the sheriff has a grudge against you? Because like
it's because he's almost positive I'm one of the ones stealing the boats and anything high end from the tourists. He's pretty sure I'm the one stealing. He just can't prove it. And since I bribed all the deputies, he doesn't know about the deputies, of course, but he's pretty sure that I'm the one doing all this. He just can't prove any of it because I am pretty well liked in town. And I'm able to stay prepared well enough that he can't, catch me, with leaving it behind evidence or some little bit like that.
That he hasn't been able to catch you so far.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's good that you're well liked in town, because your wild tag is that you want people to like you. And the two of you, Mark and Cyril, know each other because you are former brothers-in-law, and because you cooperate to hide the things that Mark steals. So
yeah, and I do give him some cash for that, which helps him buy bullets for his handgun and anything else he might need to survive as a continue being a survivalist.
Cool.
Did you pay for the bail with your smuggling money?
Well, yeah.
It's nice to see people after a divorce still getting along so well with each other.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. So we're going to take a short bio break right now, and then when we resume, we'll have the inciting incident where something will happen.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna be attacked by ghost bears, aren't we?
We'll see. It is summertime, the height of the tourist season, and there's a big boat race coming up that a lot of people have been showing up in town all week, getting ready for that. Locals getting ready, out of towners, renting out every room in the local hotels and B&Bs, and it's a boom season for everybody. Everybody's making a lot of money, especially Mark, who's stealing boats and selling them a few miles down the road or down the lake in a different town. And in fact, the two of you are just about to do that again. You've picked out a boat that you think looks really appealing, and Cyril, you have a new location to hide it that you were gonna, sit on the boat and direct him to. And so the two of you have boarded this nice looking, sort of small, kind of inexpensive but good looking pleasure yacht. And you're looking around it, and starting to start it up and head it out towards the hiding location, when you notice some, like a ticking sound, and then you both need to face peril as the bomb goes off.
Say, is it a
Illinois bastards are trying to kill me.
To quote Deus Ex, "Oh my God, JC, a bomb!" That wasn't where I was expecting this to go at all.
All right, so you both need to face peril, which means that you pick up to 3 of your positive or wild tags, which could also include town tags or your bonds, that you think will help you out in this situation. And I will pick up to 2 of your negative or wild tags that I think are going to get in your way. So what are you looking at that you think will help you deal with the fact that you're on a boat that a bomb is about to go off on?
Okay. These 2 are more for after getting off the boat so that I know where to go.
Okay.
But nonetheless, drowning in a lake is not great. And I would say it's part of the peril, and that would be hardcore survivalist and my knowledge of shelters in the local area.
Yes. Yeah, those both absolutely make sense.
I was going to invoke well prepared, just that split second, being able to just jump in the water and knowing how to swim properly.
Absolutely.
Keyboard is doing stuff, and I'm not sure if this is actually the source, but I was also going to invoke the deputies. They probably told me, hey, the sheriff's really out to put a stop to this. We don't know what he's really doing, but he's going to be doing something. So once I hear the ticking, like, okay, he's really upping the game.
Yeah. That makes sense. I could also see your sailing small craft abilities come in handy, perhaps, because that's what you're currently on.
Or for a wild tag, the fact that he asks me where to hide the boats, which means he also has knowledge of places to go.
Yeah. I was considering invoking that as a negative for both of you, but I could see it going either way in this situation.
Because if I can invoke up to 3, I'd also invoke that knowledge, the bond.
Yes, you can. Okay, so you each got 3 going. For Mark, I'm going to invoke both of your negative tags, the fact that you steal and the fact that the sheriff has a grudge, because that is the reason that this is going on. You certainly suspect. And Jamie, for Cyril, I am going to invoke your injured arm, and I think I'll invoke your daredevil risk taker, because
he'd wait till the bomb hit 01 before he jumped off instead of 02.
Cool dudes don't look back at explosions. They jump.
My master plan was actually I tried to kick the bomb off the boat.
Okay, so since I invoked 2 negative tags for each of you, you each gained 2 humanity. And so you each had 3 positive tags that you invoked and 2 negative tags that I invoked, for a total of +1. So roll 2 6-sided dice and add 1, and then take a look at the face peril options.
I rolled a 9.
I did as well.
Great.
Did you roll a 5-4 or a 6-3?
No, I as in including the +1.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Nice. Sean, did you roll a total of 9 or a 9?
I rolled a total of 10 because I rolled
nice.
rolled 9 + 1.
Yeah,
it just would have been cool if we rolled the same exact dice ourselves.
Yeah, so you're both doing, at least pretty well. You're not immediately, next to the bomb when it goes off. So, Sean, you pick one of the 10 plus options, and Jamie, you pick one of the 7 through 9 options.
I'll take a minor injury because it's the Great Lakes. They're known for one thing. I'm feeling really cold.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
They are cold.
That absolutely makes sense. I'll write that down as a temporary.
I'll word it as I'm feeling numb. It's really cold.
Yeah.
I'm going to gain a positive tag. Trying to think about how to So I'm trying to think of a way to word that my paranoia of the situation actually benefited me.
You could just word it as like perceptive or something.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So you, Mark is piloting the ship or the boat rather as you head towards the hiding place, and then as you're doing that, you hear this ticking sound, and you're perceptive enough to think, wait, well, that's unusual. I'm going to go investigate. And you open the door to the hold, and you see the bomb, and immediately warn Cyril and leap away from the boat. Cyril, you have are less on top of things because you're not the one who spotted the bomb, but you do hear the warning, and you do get into the water in time to evade the explosion itself as the boat is blasted into a million little splinters. But you do get completely soaked and are very cold at this point. And now the two of you are in one of your hiding locations, San's boat at the moment, and a million little flaming splinters of wood are falling from the sky and landing with soft sizzles in the water of Lake Michigan. What do you do?
I'm swimming to shore so I can get out of the water.
Yeah. You're not far from the shore. You're able to get there pretty efficiently.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I'm really cold because with the injured arm, it took way longer to get out of the water than it should have.
Yeah,
and I would slow down and help and get Cyril out of the water. I wouldn't just I wouldn't ditch him. Just swim off to land. Wait for him to get there. Mark would have definitely assist him in getting to shore.
Your sister Regina would be really upset.
Well,
yeah.
I'm thinking I definitely sided with you in the divorce, even though it did end amicably between the two of you. I think Mark definitely sided with Cyril in whatever happened.
All right. The two of you became bros.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you both make it to shore, and while you are both wet, it is affecting Cyril more than it's affecting Mark. And it's like, Mark, you spend more time on the water. Cyril, you spend more time on the land. So Mark, you're better prepared to deal with accidentally falling in the water.
Yeah.
And so now you are a ways outside of town, and you normally you would take the boat all the way to a nearby town and then like take a bus or a taxi or something back into town. But at the moment, you're you're sort of halfway between the two towns, and so how do you plan on getting back to Anchor?
Is there a fire tower inside?
Yeah, I mean, you know about the locations of all of those, so there's you know where the closest one is. Yeah.
We can go there and then leave in the morning. There'll be maps there and everything. We'll know exactly where we are. There'll probably even be emergency equipment. We just won't tell them about the boat part.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that part out. We went camping, stayed overnight, and we're not going to mention the boat.
We slipped in the dark and fell in the lake.
We went swimming. It's what people do.
Yeah. So just to make sure that my knowledge of this is accurate, a fire tower is like a ranger station on stilts where a ranger hangs out there and like looks to make sure that forest fires aren't starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there will be like a ranger in it on duty.
Possibly, unless it's like old and abandoned.
That's a good question. Yeah, so you know the area and the fire towers and stuff well. Are you looking for one that is currently in use and therefore likely to have both a ranger in it and supplies and heat and all that? Or are you looking for an abandoned one where you'll be unobserved, but you're less likely to find supplies and you're more likely to be cold during the night?
We're in the forest. We can pick up some sticks on the way. It will be fine.
And it's summer. Cold will probably be like 78.
Yeah. So it's not. So Mark will definitely be fine. Because you're not already shivering. But Cyril might have some trouble given the.
The thing to do is to get to the tower, get some fuel on the way, pick up some branches and whatnot, and then just burn them long enough to dry Cyril's clothes.
Yeah.
All right. While you're doing that, is there anything that you would like to try to find out, such as like who or what caused the like why was there a bomb in this boat, and what anything in that regard? Or are you just being like, cost of doing business?
I'm putting it down to the sheriff being from Illinois trying to kill me.
And
he can't prove I'm doing it, so he just put a bomb in there.
And Cyril at this point is thinking, we're currently in a survival emergency. We can figure out the bomb after I'm not possibly going to freeze to death.
Certainly. Cool. So you guys are going to the fire tower while you're at gathering wood and stuff to build a fire in the tower. And something that I just want to point out as a meta point. So because this is a very sort of narrativist game, I want players to look at this both not just as the sort of actor point of view, where you are doing everything from the point of view of your character, though obviously you are still doing that. But remember also sort of the authorial, directorial point of view, where you can sort of arrange scenes and that aren't necessarily ones that that could use information that your character doesn't necessarily know. or not even necessarily directly involve your character. And so, for instance, you could set up an investigation check where you learn some information using, like, by setting up a scene that uses your tags, even without your character directly intentionally going off and investigating.
Yeah.
What's happened? Regina's found information. She found out about the bomb.
Yeah. For
She-
instance, absolutely, you could do that.
Yeah, she could have found out that you're making extra income on the side, and since you didn't report it, she's not getting any alimony.
Yeah, like you could invoke your ex-wife, the national park, the mayor, any of that sort of tag, to reveal some more information about what's going on.
Yeah.
I will invoke the deputies, and that I want people to like me.
Okay.
So, I mean, even though I am at odds with the sheriff, being him actually wanted me to go to prison, I still want him to like me.
All right. Yeah.
I don't want him to not like me, even though I'm, flagrantly breaking law sometimes.
Okay. And since we're going to a disused fire tower,
yes,
this is one of those things where I go, this is improv. I can subtly go, but what if things went this direction?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So for the God, I know I'm currently thinking of the whole what if there's more to that hiker. But I would like to invoke my knowledge of shelters in the local area and handgun hunting.
Okay, well, here, let's pause for a moment. So you can either do this as, like, each of you makes a separate investigation check, or the two of you can cooperate on one of them. And so I would say, do we want to have this next scene take place like at the shelter that you're heading to, or do we want to have a scene that, like, takes place back in the town and involves, like, the deputies and your ex-wife and whoever else, or do we want to do both, or how do you?
I think we could do both.
All right.
Because we're it sounds like we're both coming in from, like, different angles. Where my thing is probably taking place in town, and Cyril's is taking place either around us or at the fire tower itself.
Right. Yeah. So I'm thinking, since we're looking at this as a movie, we have the, we established the characters in the town, and then the inciting incident is the bomb going off on the boat.
Yeah.
And then, you guys get out of the water, and a shivering Cyril says, there's a fire shelter over there. Let's go take shelter over there. And then we cut back to the town.
Yeah.
So, in the town, since there's just the two of you, I'm going to be calling for more of you guys cooperating on checks than perhaps I normally would in a larger group. So I would say you could both participate in both of these, but one of you will be the lead investigator. So Mark will be the lead investigator for the town scene, and Cyril will be the lead investigator for the fire tower scene, if that works for you guys.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. So, Mark, what is the question that you would like to get some information about in the town scene? Or rather, Sean, what is the...
Yeah. I'd be interested in exactly how far the sheriff is willing to go to either stop the thefts or to bring Mark to justice. Would he? As I'm not I don't know if he set the bomb or not, but would he go that far? Would he break the law? Possibly kill one or multiple people with that device to prevent people stealing, or is it somebody else that planted the bomb?
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. So now the two of you together can invoke up to 3 of your positive or wild tags. And remember, you can also use town tags. And then Mark is going to, or Sean is going to roll for this. And if he gets at least 7 or higher, then Jamie, since you're assisting, you'll get to ask a follow-up question. So
Okay.
So the ones I was thinking of were the deputies, because I'm on good terms with them. They would be listening for any information to basically sell to me.
Right.
I was going to invoke my wild take if I want people to like me. So other people would be listening. Somebody might be talking at one of the many local bars because it's Wisconsin. So even a small town will have 15 or 30 of them.
Yes.
But I was also going to invoke the scumbag mayor because he was the one that actually behind the bombing. Or something to that effect. I wasn't the sheriff, was this, well, at least that's what I was thinking, is the scumbag mayor sees me as competition for his less than credible.
Yeah. Well, so I think I might invoke the scumbag mayor as like a negative tag on this, because there's a possibility that that the mayor is the one behind this, or is cooperating with it and wants to, help cover it up, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Jamie,
I just thought of something really stupid that would be an actual plausible reason for why the mayor would do this.
Oh yeah?
He wants to cover up his maple syrup smuggling operation.
Right, that is a real thing.
That is an actual thing, yeah.
Yeah. Could be. You don't know yet what is going on or who is responsible. But so remember, when you're cooperating on a role like this, the two of you together can pick at most 3 positive tags.
Yeah.
So Jamie, what tag singular would you like to be able to invoke?
Since he wants to find out about the sheriff, I will invoke my ex-wife Regina, because she is actually a prosecutor.
Oh,
that's why I chose Cyril in the breakup.
All right. Okay. So then I'm going to invoke the scumbag mayor as per your suggestion, and I will also invoke the sheriff having a grudge against you. So because I invoked 2 negative tags on this role that you guys are cooperating on, you both gain 2 humanity. And Sean, roll with a total of +1.
That's a 10, so that'll be an 11.
Very nice. Yeah, so Regina is out drinking in the evening, as is, pretty much everybody else in town, and is walking from one bar to another, and happens to be walking past one of the sort of exclusive yacht club bar that people in general are not able to just go in. You have to be like a member, and happens to overhear a conversation between the sheriff and the mayor and some people in obviously very expensive boating attire, who she doesn't recognize, which means they must be out of towners, who are, having a sort of friendly amongst themselves conversation about how great they are and about how scummy the locals are, and that the out of towners are sort of chiding and scolding, like the mayor and the sheriff, talking about how if these problems continue, they might have to find another place to hold their regatta next year, and that's going to mean a lot less tourist dollars for the town of Anchor. And we know that you all could really use that money. And the sheriff says, well, trust me, we're working on this. We're going to put a stop to all of your problems. And then there's a dull, muffled sound of an explosion in the distance. And the sheriff says, and I do believe that's the sound of your problems coming to an end. Jamie, what follow-up question would you like to ask?
Does it have to be related to the thing that we just talked about?
Not necessarily. This could be just something else that Regina discovers, or something else that gets revealed in this scene, even if none of the characters discover it, and it only gets revealed, quote unquote, to the audience.
Right. This isn't something I also have to roll for, is it?
No. This is
from the same roll.
Correct. Yeah, this is because you assisted on the roll and the roll was successful. You get to ask a question too.
Right. Okay. I would like to know. Are they talking about the incident with the hiker at any point?
No. The hiker who got shot was local, and so they this combination of people, at least, doesn't really care about that.
Right. Okay. Good. I'm glad it has nothing to do. That means that as far as this part of the conspiracy goes, I'm in the clear. Good.
Yeah.
So coming up Cyril right now.
Yeah, except for the whole being covered in freezing water.
Blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you escaped being blown up. Neither of you was blown up. Only this bait boat was blown up.
A poor boat.
And then Sean, because you got a 10 or higher on your investigate roll, you also get to pick one of the options there, although you don't have to.
Yeah. I'm going to gain a wild tag.
Okie dokie.
Mark that off. And thing when I opened the bay where where the engine was, and they had the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff, in his ineptness and trying to hurry, accidentally dropped his badge.
Ooh.
So I grabbed that, and so I'll use that in the future to impersonate being a sheriff.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I like that. So mark off that option. So you cannot pick that one again until you recover it. And So that's the scene in the town. We end with Regina's eyes widening as she overhears this conspiracy. Does Regina know that you are the boat thief, Mark?
No,
Okay.
I've not told her. She's
Oh.
the town prosecutor. I don't want to put her in an awkward position.
Okay. So she doesn't know that, but she does certainly disapprove of this extrajudicial assassination attempt that she just overheard. Even though she doesn't know who it is that they're trying to kill. But yeah, she'll no doubt be telling her brother and possibly her ex about it the next time that she sees you guys. So meanwhile, back in the wilderness, the two of you are heading to this fire tower that you know about. And that's interesting. I just got a message from the other player who was considering joining. You guys down to have this person join late?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We actually got through like town and character generation pretty quickly, considering it's us.
Yeah.
So we have time.
Yeah.
We normally take like an hour to do that, and we took like 20, 30 minutes this time.
Yeah, it goes quicker when everybody's already played before and there's only two of us, only two of you making characters.
And to be fair, having a couple of weeks notice, so you sit down and go, that would be a good idea. I should float that one.
Gesundheit.
Thanks.
So
you can tell when someone has like worked in like the food industry, because I just reflexively sneeze into my elbow. It's just instinct at this point.
Well, I've never worked in the food industry, and I do that.
Well, then you're just very conscious of health and safety.
I try to be.
Okay, before there was a giant pandemic for like a year and a bit.
I don't know. I was just
it
always...
was a really good way. Before then, it was a really good way to take a guess of that person's had health and safety training.
All right. So the Blacklash says amazing, be right there, and has the link, so should be joining us at any moment.
They died 10 years ago. We should end up in like a really crappy creepypasta on like the Something Awful forums.
Oh God. Haven't thought about that in a while.
What, creepypasta or Something Awful?
Something Awful.
Or both.
I've read creepypastas since then, but I haven't thought about Something Awful in like a decade or something.
I mostly hear about it when it's like, and now we will talk about this internet conspiracy, because they all start on Something Awful for some reason.
It was incredibly influential for a long time, and the after effects of it are still, to this day, relevant.
People are still making content of it to this day.
Yeah, I guess it's
just an endless content mine. God, it's kind of hot in here right now. It's probably because the laptop's on. Throwing out heat in here.
What's the weather like in England?
It's getting cooler now because it's September. But when I have stuff on, it gets pretty hot in this room because it's like there's no air conditioning or anything. Which is why the heat waves have gotten really bad. And it's because it's like, yes, because I live in a continent where everyone's houses are designed to retain heat.
Yeah. And I guess it's humid enough there that a swamp cooler wouldn't really help you. Do you guys have swamp coolers?
I actually live in the... I don't actually know what a swamp cooler is. It's just a term that I've heard.
A swamp cooler is a non-air conditioning like cooling device that goes, it mounts in the window the same way as an air conditioner, but the way it works basically is it's basically a sponge and a fan and a hose pipe that drips water into the sponge. So the sponge, when it's turned on, the sponge is wet, and so it draws the air through the wet sponge, which makes it more humid, which makes it cool down people and everything more successfully than just a fan would. And the advantage of this over an air conditioner is that they are cheaper and use less power.
Right.
But they're not really effective in a humid environment because increasing the humidity in a humid environment doesn't really help anything. But I live in Colorado, which is a very dry place. And so here they're very effective.
I live in like the driest region of the country.
Oh, what region is that?
Only rains like East Anglia, which used to be, until fairly recently, it's really weird to hear about East Anglia in a historical context because people go like, oh yeah, this is where loads of spooky folklore comes from because it was dominated by fens and wetland. And I'm like, yeah, we drained those like decades before I was born. It's not like that anymore. It's like, oh look, a field. Wow. Oh look, it's a man-made forest. Where are the fens? We drained those in like the 1950s, man.
What is a
misty
fen?
Swampland anymore.
What is a fen?
It's like sort of wetlands, I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm now going to look up specifically the definition.
Yeah, I always thought it was not quite a swamp, but just a very wet area.
Yes. Fens, a low, marshy, or frequently flooded area of land.
It is a wetland that accumulates peat.
Yes.
Along with bogs, it is therefore one of the two kinds of mire. And there's a lot of words for like very similar types of wetland, I guess.
That's how you can tell it's in Europe. Why? This is a swamp. Europe. This is a fen, a mire, a bog, a marsh. What is the difference? Nothing like appreciable to normal people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really weird to hear about where I live being described as this misty swampland, and I'm like, a what? No? Like, imagine if people talked about Louisiana, but if somehow someone had drained all of the swamps in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like, people that live in this alternate dry Louisiana would be like, it was what? When?
Yeah. I guess the USA has had much less like geoengineering like that going on than a lot of other parts of the world.
It's like I'm pretty sure there's in the Netherlands, because it's so low, I'm pretty sure there's like measures in place so that if the Netherlands gets invaded, they can just like flood it.
Man, Hey, Graham.
Hiya. How's
Hello.
it going?
Good. I forget.
Hi.
Have you played this before?
Nope.
Okay. Then I'll do a brief overview of how it works, and then the other players can introduce their characters, and then you can make your character.
Great.
Do you have the quick start rules in front of you?
Can you link it to me?
Sure. It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord channel on the rules of the game.
Right. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Scroll down to the bottom, version 6.4.
Great.
So the core the thing that you're going to need to do up front is making your character. We also typically create the setting together as at the start of the game, but we've already done that. And so this game is taking place in Anchor, a small resort town in Wisconsin by the Great Lakes in the 1950s.
Great.
Your character and the town are defined by these tags, which are short descriptive phrases that for your character make up your skills, abilities, connections, etc. And for the town, they describe the local landmarks, people, places, and things that are prominent in the town. So for Anchor, we've got the ferry port, which is one of the main ways in and out of the town. We've got the scumbag mayor. We've got all the tourists who are in town at the moment for the regatta this weekend. We've got the regatta itself, the boat races, and if on one side the town borders the lake, on the other side the town borders the national park with its sand dunes and forest. And then yes, there we go. And are you able to see the messages that were posted in the channel that Jamie just posted in?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Discord?
It's a thread on events.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
Great. So you can see the two characters, Cyril and Mark, who and you can see their various tags. And if you look at the fourth page of the quick start rules, you can see how character creation works, and then we'll walk through it together. When you
are I'm ready.
Ready to write?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So what have you trained for the most in your life? Gain a positive tag like 7th generation farmer, or promising young mathematician, or Golden Gloves boxer.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that my character works for the mayor. So younger than she is, like she's a campaign manager, or she's like a go-to person. She has big ambitions, but she's from this town, and so she's actually responsible for getting him elected. So something social, something political, like I run the main office, or I'm the chief of staff, something like that. But like I'm like early 20s or something, right? Like very ambitious young woman.
Okay. Cool. So write that down as your first positive tag.
Okay.
When we're done with character,
It's called political sanity.
Yeah. When we're done with character creation, you will have 5 positive tags, 1 wild tag, and your choice of 1, 2, or 3 negative tags. So the next question does not give you a tag. Instead, it sort of splits the flow chart of what questions you're going to be answering next. And so come up with the answer, but don't write it down. Which do you value most? Wealth, knowledge, or power? I have a guess.
Power?
Yeah, I guessed right. So you haven't always used your power for good. What is one time you regret using it? Gain a negative tag, like I don't know my own strength, or I'm quick to anger, or I've made enemies.
Made enemies? I questioned my decision getting the mayor elected.
Okay.
It was to serve my own career, and because I needed experience in doing so.
Yeah.
I don't agree with him politically. But I needed my resume to be padded a little bit.
Yeah. He is, as it says in this, the scumbag mayor. So, cool. Next question. All of your efforts in paying off. What have you been doing? Gain a positive tag like weightlifter or police detective or authority in your sub-community.
Authority in my sub-community.
Sure, and you don't have to pick from.
I know, I know, but I like grabbing from your immediate list.
Yeah, sure.
It's just funny when the examples are like that is exactly what I wanted.
Good. Cool. So write that down, and then this next question is optional. If you choose to answer it, you'll gain another negative tag. But also you can skip it. So, have you been more of a risk taker in life, or did you try to take things easy? And if you have been more of a risk taker, what was the biggest thing that went wrong in your life because you took a risk, or something that stopped you from going as far as you wanted? Gain a negative tag like permanent limp, or serious debts, or someone has a grudge.
Yeah, I mean, risk taker is definitely applicable. My character is very ambitious and feels stifled by being from such a small town. I guess I could expend the debts in some way, depending on who I'm indebted to. Student loans to a loan shark or something like that. I don't really know what the kind of political or crime vibe that everybody's already talked about in terms of things.
Yeah, so here, that's a good time to pause and let's have the other two players introduce their characters because they are heavily involved in the crime and politics.
Hey,
of the
hi
town.
there.
Hi. My character is Cyril Meredith. He's a former accountant who is clearly going through a midlife crisis because he became a quote-unquote daredevil risk-taking survivalist who is really into handgun hunting and accidentally shot a hiker.
Okay.
And also, his ex-wife is a prosecutor.
Awesome.
But they're on good terms.
Good.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear that.
I'm Mark Whitaker. I was discharged from the military, so I served in Korea, so I know Taekwondo. I'm an advocate for the local sailing community versus the tourists that like to come up here with their motorboats and pollute our lake. My main source of income is stealing as much as I can from the tourists, be that cars, boats, anything high end,
Wow.
that I then take to the a next town and a couple towns over that's much larger than ours to sell off. My sister is Cyril's ex-wife. However, in the divorce, I sided with Cyril, so I'm much closer with him than my sister, who is the main prosecutor in town. Though she doesn't know of my side gig as a boat thief. The sheriff does have
serial boat thief.
Serial boat thief. Yeah.
The sheriff does have a grudge against me because he can't prove I'm the one doing all this. He just believes I am. And I'm somebody that wants to be liked by everyone in town, so I'm very literal with the money I obtain from my endeavors, which helps people like me, like the deputies. So they warned me off the sheriff out to get me.
Remind me of your character's name again.
Mark Whitaker.
Mark.
One T and Whitaker because I'm not a pretentious Illinois bastard.
Okay, so important. Jamie, your character was Cyril?
Yes.
Yep, Cyril Meredith.
And all of this is already written in that channel.
Oh, right.
I'm sure you have access.
I have one little document I like writing stuff on.
Oh, no worries. I'm doing the same thing.
Thank you for reference.
Yeah, the reason why I've been able to copy paste everything so quickly is I have just listed everything about the town and my character in a notepad. So I've just got copy paste.
So Cyril, you accidentally shoot people for fun, and Mark, you steal shit from
I don't
tourists?
accidentally shoot people for fun.
I know. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate for my character. Yes.
Who do you? Sell,
I don't steal from any
your
locals.
Shit to? Who's your fence, as it were? Where does it go?
Well, we didn't get into that because it's another town, but it's a regular fence I use.
That's
much larger.
That is
town.
someone who I have a unusually large student debt to.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got a debt so because so I could do like kind of like the like an Ivy League thing.
Well, you're not gonna move to Chicago, are you?
Oh no, you wouldn't do that. That'd be
crossed. No. I already finished that, but now I'm hoping that my next stage will be going to Washington because I finished my education. But now I'm back in my hometown, and I'm very upset about it.
I mean, fingers crossed.
Anchor.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You either go to Milwaukee or Madison, not Chicago.
To be fair, though, before we continue, I've already sat here and thought, considering the investigation scene we just had, it would be very easy to get this character involved by having a certain prosecutor go, I need you to drive me to this place. I think there's been a murder.
So, Thomas, my power for... Wait, is that the one? Wait. Optional negative trait is student debt.
All right. And once you finish writing all of these up, please post them in the same chat.
Got it.
Okay, so next question is, what is something you are good at that people might not guess? Gain a positive tag like chess master or barroom brawler or former sailor. So this question...
Something with my hands, something's kind of niche.
Yeah.
I'm a youth knitting champion.
All right.
Nice.
I mean, everyone knows about the Upper Wisconsin knitting regional championships, and I won 4 years in a row before I begged my parents to stop sending me.
Oh, so this was something you were coerced into, not just another example.
Absolutely. I just had a natural talent that I refused to go into. It was not the path that I wished for myself.
Okay. This next question is your final opportunity to gain another negative tag. But again, it's optional. Has anything else gone seriously wrong with your life? If so, what is still afflicting you? Gain a negative tag like haunted or discriminated against by bigots or cursed. Or if not, skip this question.
Yeah, I think that a girl in my graduating class died when I was a senior. People think that it was like a kind of an accident. It was a girl I was friends with when we were young, and we kind of grew apart. But I was there on that camping trip where she disappeared into the woods, and we heard some weird shit coming up from the national forest, some unearthly sounds. We refused to go, and then the next morning she was gone, and weeks later her body was found in a river or the lake. There's a lake, right?
Yes, you're right next to Lake Michigan.
It's the Great Lakes.
Lake Michigan, so great. So she was fished out of Lake Michigan weeks later.
Okay.
Oh God, I thought you were going to say she went hiking and got shot for a second.
Is this
and mysteriously a bullet hole in the side of her head from a small caliber.
Well,
What do you mean? This is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world.
All right. I understand. You have a very big dick. I understand.
What do you want this to be the same incident that?
This would have been a while ago if
We're talking
this
4 years.
character is in their early
I know
20s.
everything is flexible, of course. Like this
Right.
can be more recent. I was imagining like that I am like trying to leave, that I finished college and this happened in high school, but everything else is mutable, you know. I'm just trying to add a little bit of like mystery to what's in the national forest and like a mistake that I wish I wasn't responsible for. That's kind of the direction I was going with that.
Oh man. So a single accident that both of you guys sort of unbeknownst to each other blame yourself for. That's fun. Cool. Okay, so the next question is, what is a connection you particularly value? Gain a positive tag like my parents with interesting jobs, or my pet dog, or drinking buddies.
Which number was this in character creation?
This is number 14.
What's a connection you particularly value?
Yeah, so an NPC who
the governor of Michigan.
Oh, okay.
They know who
All
I
right.
am. They may not remember me, but they'll certainly pretend like they do. Because I've been to all of these, like, you know, young politician-y sort of like gigs. You know, I've been in the Capitol a couple of times, maybe like a Model UN kid, like that kind of thing. And so I happened to be in, you know, like there was like a thank you dinner or something. So I have like their phone number, and they would pretend like they remembered me.
All right. That'll be interesting to see invoked at some point during the game. And then your final positive tag, what is your favorite thing about yourself? Gain a positive tag like good dancer, or I always have something useful in my bag, or my analytical mind.
I mean, I've already added political savvy, so I need something that's additional to that I think is good.
Yeah.
Like I'm tall. You know, one of those things that's like tangentially related to like the politic. They've already established that as one of my tags. I think I just I know a lot of
You know something that would be really
absurdly
flashy
obscure
in
trivia.
1950.
Like I know how to small talk because
Absurdly.
I have a trivial mind, which means I know a lot of trivia.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could also see the tall thing working.
Sure.
To give a little more information about how these tags are going to be used, when you either face peril, which means you're in a situation that is potentially deadly, or you investigate, which means you try to figure out the answer to a question, you get to pick up to 3 of your positive tags, or your wild tag or town tags that you think are relevant and can help you out in some way. And so like, yeah, being amiable like that and a good conversationalist and what have you could absolutely help you out when investigating, but is probably less likely to help you out when you're facing peril. Conversely, being tall very much could help you out when you're facing peril, depending on what the peril is, and also might help you when you're investigating if you want to be like intimidating or come off as professional or what have you.
Or you want to reach the top shelf.
Yes, or yeah.
Roll for top shelf. You know, I will go with tall because I think it cracks me up because again, like the superficial nature of politics being like, you know, people have been like, oh, you're gonna go far as a woman, as a politician because you're like 5'9" or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
the other thing
I'm not
that
going to establish how tall I am, but I'm just going to say tall.
that works.
I was going to say another thing that's really superficial that you could put down that would be really flashy and like, wow, how radical in the 1950s. And what do you have in rural America? I have a car.
Car. That's funny.
Yeah, so then for the final question, this one gives you a wild tag, where a wild tag is one that you can invoke to help you out when you face peril or investigate, but also I can invoke to get in your way when you face peril or investigate. It's something that could go either way. What is something that you like about yourself that some people consider a character flaw? Gain a wild tag, like I know I'm gorgeous, or I'm the life of the party, or I'm convinced I'm the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, totally. I mean, all those are applicable to me, I think. I'm always right.
All right,
I'm always right.
Great. Cool. And then the last thing that we want to do is a mechanic that is not in the quick start rules, but is in the full version of the rules, which is bonds. So a bond is a wild tag that describes your relationship with another one of the player characters. And in particular, it is a wild tag that both of you have that you can only invoke if you are both in the same scene together. And so the way it works is during character creation, each character can create one bond with another character. And so on average, you'll have two bonds, one that you create with someone else and one that someone else creates with you. But this time, because the other two characters already created their bonds before you showed up, they have two bonds with each other. The fact that they are former brothers-in-law and the fact that they work together to hide these stolen goods. And so now you can create one bond with one of the other two characters. So how do you know one of the other characters?
I have a suggestion.
Go for it.
Okay, so you said that you heard weird noises when other lady disappeared, and then she got found weeks later with a bullet hole. Okay, so because of the weird noises, despite the official events, you are convinced of my innocence.
This seems very self-serving. I don't know. That bullet hole seems pretty convincing to me.
Yeah, but you know, what kind of gun makes those noises? You know, they could just be telling you that.
44, I believe, the biggest caliber in the world. I've already alluded to the idea that, like, I want to have this criminal connection. Is that too indirect?
No, I mean the other two characters are criminals, especially Mark. So you could have a connection, like for instance, we already established that Mark bribes the sheriff's deputies, but does not bribe the sheriff and does not bribe the mayor. So perhaps Mark bribes you in an attempt to get.
I would love to be bribed.
You have student debts. You got to pay those off.
Yeah,
I would love to be bribed. I take bribe. So this is a bond. What did you call it?
Yes, this is a bond.
Okay, bond, I take bribes. Done.
From Mark, specifically.
From
open parentheses, from Mark, close parentheses. Done.
Yes.
And what's your character's name?
My name is Melisandre Serrano.
Yeah, so if you could paste your...
once I'm done, I'm going to post it all.
Okay, I'll wait then.
Great. So I'm going to step away for a moment to let myself come up with how to incorporate you into the story thus far. And while I'm doing that, how about Sean and Jamie catch Graham up on what's happened so far?
Okay.
Okay. One quick question.
Sure.
should I have a bond with both
No,
characters?
you create one bond, and
Oh,
so
great.
so you know Mark fairly well, and you've probably like met Cyril, but you don't really know each other.
Okay, so I think I'm done. So I'm going to post
Mel-
this. and you'll tell
Melisandre's
me
heard
if
of
this
the
is good.
case. Melisandre's heard of the case and went, "Oh, I knew that person in high school."
Right, I haven't named her yet. Whoever that you shot in the head.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Because
maybe.
I know the question I'm going to ask for the investigation that I'm about to do.
Right.
Which, to be fair, if everyone's okay with it, I will end up putting a specific year on the game, just for the sake of dates.
For authority in your subcommunity, do you have like a specific subcommunity in mind, or do you want to determine that during play, or should I write down like you are the deputy mayor, or
yeah, deputy mayor is fine. I was just amusing myself by verbatim writing down what you were saying, but yeah, like deputy mayor thing, right? So however we decide to define it in play, whether or not it's like power behind the throne or my own kind of deal, or like chief of staff. Again, it's up to you to decide where you want to slot me into your stuff. Yeah,
I'll tell you right now. I'm going to say it's more of a sort of like a quiet rivalry between you and the mayor.
Okay.
That you're too young and not quite well connected enough with like the rich people around to really to have become mayor yourself, but you're more well connected with like the working class people and more well liked by them. And so the two of you together were definitely a winning ticket, but you also like in private, you have sort of a rivalry thing going on, even though in public you're all smiles and handshakes and pats on the back.
Does the governor have a name yet?
I mean, also,
the
mayor does not have a name. The mayor also does not have a name. That's the
Mayor Scumbag. Mayor Scummy McScumbag here.
Yeah.
My good friend, Mayor McScumbag.
First name Scum. To quote Friends, nope. First name Crep, last name Bag.
McBag. Scum McBag.
Okay. I am going to step away for a moment and then come back with
I'm also going to come back to like one minute. I got to go grab some water. So I'll be right back, guys.
Sounds good.
Okay.
The plot thickens. We're all going to die. It's going to turn out to be Wendigos or something. We're going to get eaten by skinwalkers. Or something. I don't know. I don't know Native American folklore. I'm talking to myself like a crazy person.
And we're back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh?
Hang on. Let me fix my sound.
Hi.
There we go. Now hey everybody.
Hey.
Hiya.
So, Sean and Jamie, you want to summarize the story so far?
Sure.
Sure.
Mark had picked out a nice looking vessel to obtain from the tourists and to move to new ownership. And so he and Cyril were taking it to a hidden inlet in the national park that Cyril was familiar with. When I heard a ticking sound on the boat, when I went to investigate, I saw that there was a bomb, and luckily warned Cyril in time so that he could jump off to safety. And as I jumped off to safety, I noticed that as someone was planting the device, had dropped the sheriff's badge. So I grabbed that as I also jumped off. We swam to shore. We started making our way to a fire tower for the evening. While back in town, my sister and Cyril's ex-wife overheard a conversation between the sheriff, the mayor, and some out-of-towners talking about the regatta. And when there was a noise in the distance, the sheriff said, well, our main problem is now gone. meaning he blew us up.
Also, Cyril is very cold because
Yeah.
it took him a long time to swim out of Lake Michigan because one of his arms is injured from being attacked by a bear.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that it's Friday evening, and so like most people in town, you are sort of wandering from bar to bar. And as you're going from one to another, you hear in the distance a muffled explosion. Which what's your immediate reaction to that?
The tourists are getting out of hand again.
You think a tourist like crashed their boat and exploded their gas container or something like that?
I mean, they're always getting drunk and doing stupid
The
shit on the
first
lake.
gender reveal party.
So you're sort of dismissing it as being anything particularly serious when somebody that you know but don't have like an especially strong connection with yet anyway, the deputy district attorney Regina, no longer Meredith, but instead I guess Whitaker, still back to maiden name, comes around the corner and bumps into you, and a quick calculation goes on in her mind as she thinks about the fact that sorry, I just got distracted by somebody sending me a DM about something completely unrelated. A quick calculation goes on in her mind, and she realizes, we don't know each other super well, but neither one of us likes the mayor, and I just encountered a problem that I think the mayor is causing, and so and you look relatively sober so far. Do you have a car? We need to go. Like I just heard the mayor talking about something really suspicious. And did you hear that? Did you hear that explosion? We need to, like, I've got a bad feeling about that. I want to go check out, see what's going on with that explosion. And I do not feel good to drive.
So this is the deputy mayor.
You are the deputy mayor.
I'm the deputy mayor.
This is the deputy district attorney.
Right. Who is your ex-wife?
Cyril's
My
ex-wife.
ex-wife.
Cyril's ex-wife, yes.
Cyril's ex-wife?
Cyril's ex-wife and Mark's
Her name
sister.
is
Regina.
Sure, yeah. Under the auspices of just kind of keeping her around, I will lead her to my very reasonable, like 1948 POS, and take her wherever she wants to go. I'll keep trying to keep her talking as much as possible.
Is it exactly the kind of thing that a wannabe like big shot politician drives? So it's like completely not appropriate for the terrain you're probably going through at all.
I mean, it's like the 50s, and we're in the Midwest. So I think this was, if there's anybody who's wealthy around here, like a car collector, it was something they were getting rid of that I bought up immediately. So it's either flashy pointlessly or only because it was like the only thing I get my hands on. So I'm like trying to kind of grab whatever.
All right.
I can't wait for it to get dramatically stuck in the mud.
Yeah, so you are, the two of you hop into your car and you start heading in the direction that you heard the explosion on, pretty much the only road out of town. So, and while you're in the car, Regina tells you about the conversation that she overheard where like she feels confident telling you about this, despite the fact that you're another politician, because she knows that neither of you like the mayor. Like she's been there for some of the sort of passive aggressive conversations that you've had. And she tells you about how she overheard the mayor and the sheriff and some out of towners talking about the crime wave of people stealing out of towners boats, and how the sheriff said that when that explosion happened, the sheriff said that he thinks that the problem was just solved. And so while she doesn't approve of whoever has been stealing the boats, this sort of extrajudicial, like vigilante justice is something she disapproves of even more. And so, sorry, does Melisandre know that Mark is the one who's been stealing the boats?
It's a great question. It depends on how involved I am with like the student debt life, the criminal ties, and
you take bribes from him. Of course, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Mark. In my character, I take bribes from Mark. Of course I know, Thomas. Of course I know.
Yeah. So you know this. Regina, despite being Mark's sister, does not know this. Mark has successfully kept this hidden from her. So you are able to like piece together from what she's telling you that somebody just tried to kill her brother, but she doesn't know that her brother is the person who was just tried to be killed. And also neither of you knows whether the assassination attempt was successful or not. So the two of you are talking about...
You also don't know that Cyril is there.
Yeah. Neither of you have any idea that Cyril was there. So meanwhile, Mark and Cyril have gathered some firewood and made their way to the fire tower, which is this like ranger station on stilts. And this one is abandoned. It used to be more useful, but the shifting of the dunes has made it so that like they had to build another one in a better location. So it doesn't really have any supplies or anything inside of it, but it does have, 4 walls and a roof and a fireplace that you can load up the wood in and warm yourself up. But while you are doing that, you hear a sound from the base of the fire tower, which sends chills down both of your spines, but especially Cyril's. Mark, you're just slightly unnerved, but Cyril, you need to encounter true horror as you hear the growling of a bear pacing around the base of the fire tower.
Oh no.
So the way that encountering true horror works is you cannot use any of your tags on this roll. And when facing peril or investigating, rolling higher is better. But when encountering true horror, rolling higher is worse. So the way it works is you roll 2 6-sided dice and you add your current horror. And to start with, that's 0. So just roll 2 6-sided dice and tell me what you get. And this is just Cyril doing this.
Well, I rolled a 9.
Okay, so not as bad as it could have been. So because you encounter true horror, you gain a horror after the roll. So go ahead and mark that down. And then pick one of the options for the 7 through 9 results range.
Okay, I will pick. I notice a clue.
Okay, yeah. So you've managed to build the fire, and you're starting to warm up. And you, of course, have a great view of the surrounding landscape. That's the whole point of this tower. You're able to look down out through a window and see that, yeah, there's a bear like making bear noises and rubbing itself against one of the legs of the tower, just like scratching its back. And you can see the sort of small inlet in the distance on the lake where you had been planning on stashing the stolen boat. And you can see thanks to the full moon, you are still able to see a little bit of rubble, like the tip of the boat sticking out of the water, because it's, of course, completely sunk at this point. And you can see a car making its way along the road towards you, or at least towards the spot where the boat sank. What question are you curious to try to gain some information about?
Is it the same bear?
Yes, it is. There's not a whole lot of bears in this, like in general. Like there's nowhere in America at this point that it has lots and lots of bears. So this one is distinctive enough for you. It is a large.
I was about to say, does it have a? Since it's been a little bit with Bale and all that, does the bear have in this light have a very distinctive got shot a while ago scar on it?
Yeah, you hit it in like the shoulder, so which is why it didn't die. And so it has the entry and exit wounds both. There's no fur there. The scar that healed back didn't grow any fur, so when it's pacing around on all fours, you're able to see that spot on its shoulder where there's no hair growing.
Oh no, it's the bear. It's the bear, Mark.
What
the bear?
Yeah,
the
but it's
bear.
down there. Just rub its belly or whatever.
No, it's the bear.
The two of you are, at least for the moment, safe in the fire tower. Bears don't know how to climb ladders, right? Yeah, you're probably safe.
Bears, famously bad climbers. Yes, that's right.
Exactly. So meanwhile, back on the ground, the two of you who are in the car, Melisandre and Regina, you see, you also have, you can see pretty well because of both the full moon and the car's headlights, and you see, indeed, there's a small sort of inlet protected by sort of some rocky outcroppings where you can see the remnants of a boat that has sank there, and this was definitely the direction that the sound of the explosion was coming from, so you're relatively confident that whatever that explosion was, it came from this boat. What would you like to do?
How's Regina doing? How smashed is she?
She's not like smashed. She's drunk enough that she didn't want to drive, but is not like blacked out or anything like that.
I encourage her to get out of the car and ask her a lot of leading questions like, what's that? What's over there? What's that smell? So that she can like go and investigate and wander around, and I can pretend like I'm completely oblivious the whole time.
Okay. So what's your goal with that? What do you want your like?
I mean, we're gonna head towards wherever the explosion was, or whatever kind of physical evidence exists: smell, sight, sound. We've come to wherever the explosion was, so fire, smoke, bears who have been shot in out of character moments. Who knows? That kind of stuff.
Okay, so that sounds like you want to investigate. So the way that investigating works is you pick a question that you like. You come up with a question that you want to try to find some information about, and then you pick up to 3 of your positive or wild tags or town tags that you think might help you find some information about this. And I pick up to 2 of your negative or wild tags or town tags that I think might get in your way. And so what is the question that you would like to try to answer as you investigate the wreckage of this boat?
What happened here?
Okay, and which of your tags would you like to invoke?
I'm always right. I'm tall.
I've got a way that I can assist without being there
Oh, yeah?
with the investigation. I invoke
The
Regina.
the town is obsessed with boat racing, which of course I know about because I am the deputy mayor. So those are my 3 tags.
All right. I'll go ahead and yeah, so you can invoke a maximum of 3 tags. If you would like to let Jamie help by invoking Regina, that counts as one of the 3 tags.
Sure.
And I'm going to invoke your criminal ties and the fact that you take bribes, because that is going to make it a little bit harder for you to collaborate and cooperate with Regina on this, because she doesn't know those, and as the deputy district attorney, she probably would not approve of them. So because I invoked 2 of your negative tags, you gain 2 humanity. So go ahead and mark that down. And Jamie, because you're helping and I invoked 2 negative tags, you also gain the 2 humanity. And so now you invoked 3 tags, I invoked 2 tags, so you're adding a total of +1. So roll 2 6-sided dice and add 1.
All right, so I got an 8 + 1 is 9.
Great. So look at the investigation results and look at the 7th. Sorry?
I'm on the same page with you. Literally.
Okay, great. Yeah. So because you succeeded at the check, you do find some information about the question you're trying to ask. And the answer to your question is, it looks like a bomb went off here. If Regina is looking at it and like whistles under her breath and is like, wow, and you're able to identify this as well, that if this had been like a gasoline explosion or something, where then you would expect to see like burning gas on the surface of the water, and or like fires that are still around, but instead it looks like whatever the explosion was, it was over really quick. And so it looks like a deliberate bombing rather than an accident. And because you assisted on this, Jamie, and because it was successful, you get to ask a follow-up question, and you are able to see whoever it is that was driving on the road has pulled their car off to the side, and the headlights are like illuminating the wreckage of the boat that you guys were in, and you can see that there are 2 people investigating it.
Okay, I know what. There are 2 things that I can do. One would put Melisandre and Regina in danger, and the other wouldn't.
Okay. What are your ideas?
Because one of them is, can I, like, you know, I'm a survivalist, I probably have something on me, or we're in a, a fire tower, abandoned or not. There might be some old dusty binoculars in here. That would be, can I see who's investigating the wreckage? Or the other one would be, do they find any recognizable tracks leading away? Between those two, do I want to put them in danger via bear? Or do I want to just know that they're there?
Yeah, they do, in fact, manage to find tracks leading away, because and like, even if the ground had been completely dry, at least part of it would have, like, you know, soggy wet footprints on it from you walking across it. So yes, they do, they see that they see that there's tracks leading away, and they look up and at the fire tower, where there's smoke coming out of the chimney and a little bit of flickering light inside, because you guys made a fire in the fireplace in there. And
yeah, like a little pot-belly stove.
Yeah. And Melisandre, you think to yourself for a moment, like, I thought that fire tower was abandoned.
I thought that fire tower was abandoned. I say that to Regina.
Yeah, then between the two of you, you are able to come to the probable conclusion that the survivors of this not accident are probably taking shelter in the fire tower.
I don't know, Regina. It seems like the survivors of this not accident are in the fire tower.
You're probably right.
What do you think?
She agrees and thinks that, like, maybe you should signal to them with the headlights of the car, or go over and yell up to them, or climb into it or something. Like, we've got to help whoever this is.
I completely ignore that and instead go up to her and whisper quietly in her ear, who do you think, who could make a bomb like this? Do you know who could get a bomb up to our town of Anchor? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, so this is a great opportunity to use the final mechanic of the investigate check, which is that in addition to the clue that you got for getting at least a 7, you can pick one of the 7 through 9 options. And the first option is you get another clue. So you can do that by asking her this question.
I want to
do that. Great. So you see how the options under 7 through 9, some of them have circles next to them, and one of them has a dot next to it.
It sure do.
So the ones with circles next to them, when you pick them, you mark them off, and then you can't pick that option again until you recover it. And so the dot option is worse and, like, introduces complications for you, but lets you recover the other circle options. So you're picking the first option, so you mark that off, and the next time you investigate, if you roll a 7 through 9, you can't pick that option again. But so yeah, you ask Regina who might be able to, like, get a bomb into town, or and she thinks for it and says, like, well, I mean, it's not like we have border control or anything like that going on. Really, anyone who, you know, knew how to make a bomb or knew where to buy a bomb would be able to get it into town. But who would know that? Like, it would have to either be someone with, like, some really serious criminal connections, or some sort of crazed anarchist, or, I mean, of course, like, the police.
Of course, the police.
I'm sure that there, you know, there are people in the sheriff's office who would know how to construct a bomb, but that would, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh no, of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not.
It's the damn Reds. Ah!
Yeah, Michigan, we're not a border state. We don't have any borders that we maintain.
We're in Wisconsin.
Right,
We're
you're
in
Wisconsin?
Michigan.
We're in
We're not in
Wisconsin. Wisconsin would blame anyone from Illinois.
I keep hearing Michigan in my head for some reason.
Well, it's because you're adjacent to Lake Michigan.
That must be it. Yeah.
Okay, so you so you suspect that it's, well, actually, let me ask you, do you suspect that it's the police, or do you think it's somebody else?
All bets are out at this point.
Okay, so you've gotten some information, like you've
damn
determined.
Canucks.
Yes, Quebecois separatists who, for some reason, have decided that this is the way to get their message out.
Canadian mafia.
No, it's the maple syrup cartels. They're doing it.
Yeah, the Canadian mafia.
Exactly. So, at this point, you've investigated the wreckage and come to the conclusion that it was most likely a bombing by somebody, but you're not certain who. So, and you think that the survivors of the bombing are in the fire tower. So now, for everybody, what do you want to do?
I'd like to do that investigate I was meant to do earlier.
Right. I don't think he's done his.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go for it. What question do you want to try to answer?
Because, right, I was going to do something fun with the abandoned thing. This is near where it happened. And, it's really weird considering that this fire tower is abandoned, yet there was a park ranger just happened to be near it. So, while I'm looking for kindling, getting random bits of paper that might have been left behind, my question is, I hope no one minds me putting a specific year in the late 50s.
Go for it.
Okay, what really happened on April the 8th, 1957?
And this is the day that you were attacked by a bear and shot a fellow hiker?
Yes.
Okay. So what I had been going off of the assumption that basically that is what really happened, is that you and another hiker had met each other on the trails, and then a bear attacked the both of you. You shot at the bear, you shot twice. One time hit the bear, one time hit the hiker. The bear ran away. The hiker died.
You're unambiguously a murderer. I think that's what we're all assuming.
Abandoned. That's not murder. That's manslaughter. And
unambiguously,
I might
absolutely.
not get convicted.
Okay. All right.
And also to consider.
All right, I've got an idea.
But basically, I'm saying it's weird that considering the only ranger station in the immediate area is completely abandoned, it just happened to be one there. Isn't that strange?
Yeah. All right. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, let's say, all right. So what tags would you like to invoke on this investigation?
I would like to invoke my knowledge of shelters.
That makes sense.
I know the interiors of these places. I would also, since I'm going for the looking through, maybe old papers that were left in here when it was abandoned, or have maybe been placed here afterwards, talented accountant.
Sure, yeah.
I know paperwork.
And since I was assisting with this one, like he assisted with mine,
yes,
I was going to invoke obscure local history as we look through the old paperwork.
Okay. I am going to I am going to invoke as a negative tag the fact that the two of you cooperate on stolen goods, and I'm going to invoke the national park itself as a thing that is getting in your way. So
Okay.
so you each gain 2 humanity because I invoked 2 negative tags and roll a +1. I wonder if anyone will fail a roll this game.
I'm gonna roll them one at a time for drama.
Ooh.
Okay, so the first one is 5. So it looks like it's gonna go quite well, unless I roll a 1. I rolled another 5. I've rolled an 11.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So you do manage to find some papers that are relevant, and yeah. So you are looking through the papers, and because this is like a movie that we're describing, we see flashbacks to the events of that day. And we see that what was going on at the time, this was before you guys started your boat stealing racket, but it is not before people started stealing boats in general. And you see that somebody had stolen, somebody stole a boat, hid it in that very inlet where you had just escaped from the explosion of the boat that you had stole, and then was walking past the abandoned fire tower and through the national forest towards like a hidden dirt bike that they were going to escape on, when they and while simultaneously somebody, a park ranger, or rather someone pulling sort of double duty park ranger and working for the sheriff, is hiding with a rifle in the fire tower and training their scope on this person, but then pulling aside and deciding not to shoot when they stumbled upon you, who they then attempted to have a friendly, totally not even slightly suspicious conversation with, which was then interrupted by an attack by the bear. The bear charged at you. You shot it once in the shoulder, and another shot of yours went wild into the trees. And then the bear hit you also in the shoulder, knocking you out. Or rather, that's not quite the order that it happened in. The bear hit you in the shoulder, knocking you down, and as you're falling unconscious, you pull the trigger one more time and hit the bear in the shoulder, causing it to flee. And the very happy and fortunate boat thief stands up unharmed, and is counting his blessings about the fact that he just survived without even getting injured this attack by a bear, when his head explodes as the park ranger in the tower decides now is a great time to take his shot and then subtly frame you for this guy's death.
Dear God. Gonna keep a hold of that.
So, you also get to find one of so you also get to pick one of the 7 through 9 options, and Sean, you get to ask a follow-up question because you assisted on the check.
I don't pick one of the 7 through 9
Oh no,
options.
sorry, you pick one of the 10 plus options. Right.
I find something useful, and since we're currently being harassed by a bear, I find a single marine flare.
Ah, okay. All right. Although, actually, I'd like to point out a difference between the 7 through 9 options and the 10 plus options. On 7 through 9, you find something useful and gain a temporary tag. So like a single flare would be something that you would use, and then it would be gone.
Oh, so the wild tag would be more like a pack of marine flares.
Like a pack of flares, or or for instance, like evidence you could produce that would indicate that you are not the person who killed that hiker. That
Yes, exonerating evidence.
yeah,
More or less.
Might not want to use that as the kindling.
Yeah, no. We'll use this other random, this old, like, faded map you can't read anymore.
Yeah. Sean, what follow-up question do you have?
My follow-up question would be how, since it's being established that the sheriff is trying to get rid of me as, I guess, competition for something, I'd like to know more about how deep are the sheriff and the mayor into nefarious things that I'm, butting into, I guess, their racket.
Okay. Okay, so from their perspective, they're not doing anything nefarious at all. They're fighting it, like they're trying to preserve the tourism of this town and protect it from the criminal underbelly that is stealing boats from tourists and is going to ruin the town's economy. And the fact that they're just willing to do it extrajudicially just means that they care more about getting things done than they do about the letter of the law.
They're also apparently willing to frame random survivalists.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
of course,
perfectly innocent survivalists.
Yeah, if they went,
shoot teenage girls.
If they went, if they went to jail, then who would protect the town?
It's really a law and order candidate, I think, is what we're getting at.
Exactly.
The mayor hasn't read his own character sheet that says scumbag mayor on it.
Yeah. Wait, I'm the villain? That makes so much more sense now.
Well, it all depends on what perspective you look at things from.
Yeah, that'll work.
So, Graham, Melisandre, and Regina are headed towards the fire tower looking for the survivors of the boat explosion. And you're able to tell, you're able to hear people talking and see the light and shadows of somebody creating a fire up there. You also see a bear scratching itself against the posts of the tower, although Regina, being a bit more inebriated than you, does not notice it as immediately as you do. So what do you want to do?
I quietly stop her.
So you manage to stop before the bear notices you. Meanwhile, up in the tower, there is still a bear that at this point has started to sniff at the ladder. And it's almost like it recognizes some sort of smell and starts making a aggressive bear noise.
What does it sound like, Thomas? Ooh. Very bear-like, very lifelike.
I'm very glad that there's probably a lock on this trapdoor that we got in here with.
No, it's gonna raptor it, don't worry. Bear positive tag, can open doors like raptor.
Sorry,
or just,
I've
destroy the
other
ladder.
Side. Oh, that would be bad.
Or just destroy the ladder and trap you up there. Also, this is no longer this building has not been being maintained for years now. So all of the waterproof paint that was previously on the wooden pillars holding it up is long gone. And so it's been getting the salty Lake Michigan breeze corroding it for quite some time. And now there's an angry bear bumping against it.
It's fresh water.
Yeah, it's fresh water.
Lake Michigan's fresh water? Why did I think it was
all, because it's huge.
Because it's huge. And they do naval training on it.
Okay. So I guess it's only the Great Salt Lake that's salty in America.
the Great Salt Lake is
which is in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fresh
But
water.
it's still mildew and rot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still not good. In fact, the salt might have prevented mildew, but it's not.
Damn!
So.
Oh, it's canonical now.
So so the pillars, the whole thing is swaying a bit as the bear is now like pushing at it and issuing challenging roars.
Okay, I lean into Regina and I whispered, "Let's get out of here."
This sounds like we're going to have to do a face peril.
See, yeah, it seems pretty likely. Regina doesn't want to leave. That there's people in danger in the tower. We can't just leave them to the elements or this bear. Sorry?
It might be the bombers.
Oh. No, it's got to be this, like we saw them, the footprints leading away from the exploded.
From the bombing? Like a bomber might have, Regina?
All right, yeah, that's a good point.
Thank
and
you,
she really
Regina.
doesn't want to
So I'm always right, you know.
Indeed, she doesn't want to get killed by a bear. So,
Let's go back to my
willing
car.
to start tiptoeing back to your car.
Yeah.
People up in the tower, what are you doing?
I mean, regardless, we're going to have to either get out of here or make the bear leave somehow.
Yeah. Well, you have those.
Yeah.
You have those flares.
No, I don't.
Like...
I changed it out for evidence.
Right. Yeah.
I do have one thing though. That would help.
What's that?
For this face peril roll, we're going to have to do invoke handgun hunting.
Yeah.
So
take the shot.
Do you have a gun?
Yeah, if you have a tag like handgun hunting, then it can be assumed that you have the things that you need in order to make use of that.
Okay. I mean, a gun. Yeah, very useful in your situation right now, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the bear.
Oh no! How do I get out of this? Oh shit! I have.
I have a gun.
Yeah,
I have a gun.
So while Cyril takes aim at it, the evidence we found, was that like in an old Foot Locker or old metal filing cabinet? Was it? What was it like? It was contained in something.
Yeah, I was picturing like a wood desk in front of the window so that the park ranger could have a place to sit and write. Yeah.
The empty drawers I will throw at the bear, being perceptive.
Great. That's great.
Just for even more commotion to drive the bear off, basically.
Yeah, to be fair, even if I don't hit the bear, the noise of a gun going off tends to scare most animals off.
Yeah, because most bears are not super aggressive, except I guess when they hold a grudge against someone. But yeah, I'm mostly just trying to make noise to drive it off.
Okay, so I'm going to say since the two of you are currently in this kind of sheltered environment, you can cooperate on a single face peril roll. And it looks like Cyril's going to be the one taking point because you're the one with the gun and with the previous experience with this bear. So you're invoking the handgun hunting.
I'm invoking handgun hunting and daredevil risk taker.
All right, I will invoke your injured arm, and Mark is invoking perceptive. So because I invoked one negative tag, you each gain 1 humanity, and you're rolling with a total of +2.
Hooray! Now watch me roll utter trash. I rolled a 6 on the first one and a 2.
Nice.
So I've got a 10.
Yeah, you do.
The +2.
You do really well. Yeah. So take a look at those options, pick one, and then you do successfully drive the bear off without getting injured because you rolled above a 9. So good on you. Although the bear manages to like spook you and shake the tower a bit, you fire down at it, and between that and throwing things at it, you manage to convince the bear that this is a bad idea and it should leave. It doesn't want to get shot in the shoulder again.
I would like to say I know what positive tag I'd like.
Yeah.
Even though I mean it in more of a I'm feeling pretty confident right now, I know how to word it.
What is it?
Made the shot.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so are you going to say that you like you don't just drive it off, you shoot the bear? Do you kill it?
No, it doesn't die, but I do hit it.
Oh.
Which, to be fair, in the dark, firing down from a tower that isn't great for line of sight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do manage to hit the bear. You hear a yowl of pain, and then you are able to hear the bear leaving. It's not trying to be subtle or quiet. It's galloping away. And then the car that you saw on the road is still parked there. And you haven't seen the figures illuminated by the headlights for a while. So if you wanted to try to get a ride back to town, this is probably your best bet.
Probably.
Yeah. Or you could just live in this tower forever.
Meanwhile, at the bottom of the tower, how are Regina and Melisandre doing?
Oh, I mean, out of in character, I want to jump in the car and drive away because it's a gunshot. Out of character, I would be willing to not let that happen, but.
So in character, you are bowled over by a terrified bear. So you need to face peril as this bear decides that its previous plan was not a good one, and so sudden change of direction. I should have invoked your feeling numb from the cold, but oh well.
I thought about invoking Taekwondo, but it was a bear.
Yeah.
Flying kick down at the bear.
Yeah. So Graham, what tags would Melisandre like to invoke to deal with the fact that there's a bear running at/past you?
Yeah, I think I'm tall, which means I see it coming from far away.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me an advantage there, a little slightly more than normal, because I'm a towering 5'9". And I think that in the grueling competitions of the youth knitting championships, I learned how to take risks and when to get make my mark when it was necessary.
Oh man, great. Cool. I will invoke the national park because the bear definitely has more experience and better footing in this environment than you do. So that's so gain a humanity because I invoked a negative tag. And then if you want, I would say you could also invoke the I'm always right thing because this is sort of validating your idea that you should get back to the car.
Fucking A, I'm always right.
So cool. Roll face peril with a total of +2. So roll two
right,
6-sided dice and add 2.
And a 3. 7 + 2 is 9.
Sweet. So remember that you gained a humanity and take a look at the 7 through 9 options and pick one of them. So note that this the 7 through 9 options, all but one of them are the circle kind that you mark off. And unlike the other options on other results ranges, there's no way for you to recover these. And instead, you just get ever closer to dying every time that you have to mark one of these off. And the last one is that you die.
I'm tempted to just check off die. It's just get mauled by the bear, and then
the bear bowls you over and steps on your head, and you die.
Yeah. Although I will also point out the one dot option, the one that you can invoke more than once, is You manage to escape unscathed, but something in town doesn't. Mark off a town tag that one of us invoked in this scene, and the town tag that I invoked in the scene was the national park.
I'm not sure how the entire national park could be destroyed by this.
Well, we know that it's in danger of fires because this is a fire tower. And we know that there was a bomb that went off recently that set like burning pieces of wood flying all over the place.
I suppose.
Yeah, I like that it's invoked in the scene because I looked at the list and was like, I wonder how this bear scratches off everyone knows the scumbag mayor.
Oh,
I realized it wasn't invoked. I realized that here, but my mind just started racing. I was like, I wonder what would mean if this tag was gone as a result of the bear like going just like losing it.
Mayor turns up, screams something about how the town needs summer dollars, immediately gets his face torn off.
Yes, absolutely. I like with Sean, Jamie, if you're on board, I think knocking out a tag sounds interesting narratively.
Yeah.
I'll happily take wound, but I think that like something going wrong in the world at large will give us some interesting things to play with. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
God, we're going to go to prison for such a long time.
Hell yeah. Coen Brothers movie now.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
So-
it's no longer a landmark.
Yeah. Yeah, so the bear bowls you over but doesn't really actually injure you, and instead like it rears up ready to, you know, land on you with the claws and eviscerate you, but then there's a yellow light reflected in the bear's eyes, and it which widen in fear, and it turns and runs off into the woods, and you turn to see that behind you some of the burning rubble has managed to touch some of the more flammable bits of scrub connecting the forest to the shore, and it's starting to light up. And you folks up in the tower, you get a great view of this because that's the point of the tower.
Yeah.
So yeah. Melisandre and Regina are able to make it back into the car easily. And if Mark and Cyril want to join them, now is your opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great. Then yeah, you guys make it down, and Melisandre, you recognize Mark as the smuggler that you take bribes from, and
Ooh, maybe he'll bribe me for a ride.
I'll bribe you, I pull out the gun.
Yeah, I knew you were the
you don't really know
I
Cyril. Meanwhile, Regina is like, Cyril, Mark, what are you guys doing here?
You're the bombers?
What? No!
No, we
I locked the doors.
we were doing some night fishing and saw a boat drifting, so we went to retrieve it, and when we got on there we heard some noises coming from the engine and saw that there was a bomb, and so look, I got Sarah off the boat in time, and I found this next to the bomb, showing the deputy mayor and the chief, the assistant prosecutor, the sheriff's badge.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Okay, so she's sobering up quickly, Regina is, and is very very intrigued. Like, this is confirming things that she suspected but didn't want to believe, and she wants to get back into town to confront people about this, and also to get away from this fire that's starting to rage around you guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, let's get right from the fire.
Also, you know, Cyril now has a bunch of papers under his arm.
Yeah. So assuming that you allow them to, Melisandre, I think they're going to pile into your car, and you.
Yeah, I unlock the backs. I unlock the back seats of them.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm
yeah,
about to say, leaving someone to get burned to death in a forest fire in a forest full of bear is a totally reasonable situation where I go, no, you're taking us, pulls out gun.
I would hit you with my car.
Great. So you make a U-turn and peel off back towards the town. What are you going to do when you make it back to town?
Hey, I know what I'm doing on the way there. Here, Regina, read these.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the evidence that the killing that you were blamed for was actually done like at the sheriff's behest.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, this is blowing her mind, and as the assistant district attorney, she is getting like hungry for blood.
Uh-oh.
She's a vampire.
Oh no,
Take her
she's
out.
a werewolf.
Yeah.
And she's some kind of cryptid. I throw Regina out of the car.
I pull out the silver bullets I totally have.
I mean, you do have a tag.
Speaking of things that you totally have, if you guys have 3 or more humanity, which I think some of you do,
Yeah.
I've got 9.
yeah, you can do this several times if you would like. If you take a look at the last page of the quick start rules, there are 3 revelations which correspond to the 3 forms of experience, which are horror, humanity, and foreboding. I don't think you've rolled a 6 or below even a single time, so none of you have any foreboding. And only one of you has a humanity because you were in dangerous but not especially horrifying situations so far. But if you have 3 or more, only one of you has a horror. But because a bunch of you have humanity, if you have 3 or more humanity, you can reveal something about yourself and pick one of those options. And I slightly lied earlier when I said there was no way to recover any of the face peril options on 7 through 9. There is one way that you can do once, which is the first option on reveal something about yourself. But I'm not sure that's necessary.
I can mark off receive a minor injury.
You could, yeah.
I'm going to mark off and gain trustworthy because I've done so much work with the local sailing community, with the deputies as I gain their trust through cash, and a lot of the other locals where I spread money around to gain their favor. I'm going to gain trustworthy.
Cool. So you're picking that second option to gain a new tag, trustworthy?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. And I'm also spending another humanity to gain a positive tag for someone else that can help us.
Hmm.
And their name is Kevin Wright, my defense attorney. Totally.
All right.
All Kevin, right?
Yeah.
And that is yeah, so same thing. You're spending 3 humanity to pick the gaining a positive tag one. Awesome. Cool. So you can continue doing those things if you would like, or we can have you guys arrive back in town and confront the sheriff and or the mayor.
I think we could just arrive in town.
Okay. So now you're getting back in town. What is your plan? Are you gonna like publicly expose these people right now? Are you going to like file a brief with the district attorney's office and get them taken care of through the legal system?
Hey, I'm going to a payphone. I'm going to a payphone calling my defense attorney.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was, since I'm not political or really on any side of the law, I was going to go to some of the locals and start spreading rumors about the sheriff and the, well,
Where do you want me to drop you off?
I just need a payphone.
Yeah.
Let's go to a
so
bar or
any-
a tavern. You can
really
make a
any
call
of the-
and you can talk
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Sound
really
good?
any of the 90 bars that this town probably has.
I like how every time we mention how many bars there are, it's a larger number than it
Yeah.
was last time.
Well, it's Wisconsin. They
Well,
keep
that's
it
what
going.
it
Except for when it's Coffin Nail, then there's just Mike's bar.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant in this game in Wisconsin. We just
There's always it's a load of bars.
All right. Yeah. So you guys pull up in a bar, and I pull up in front of a bar and pile out. And you're starting. What is the rumor that you want to start to spread?
That the sheriff is out to kill tourists and that he's corrupt. He's the one that's actually been stealing the boats. Really, just kind of lumping everything I've been doing and putting down the sheriff.
All right. So you're trying to frame the sheriff for
Everything I've been
for
doing.
everything you've been doing. Okay.
And since I still have his badge and I'm well liked and trustworthy, and since I'm not, I can't, try and file any papers against him like the prosecutor or the deputy mayor can. I'm just trying to get the people in town against him in case he does go to trial. Then the jury will not like him.
All right. So let me tell you how I like to handle this. I have to leave in about 40 minutes, so I want to try to wrap this up.
Yeah.
And I would like to have, like, as a consequence of your rumor mongering and everything else that's going on here, I want to arrange like a final confrontation between like the townsfolk, the mayor, the sheriff, the out of towners, and you guys. And in that final confrontation, there's a good chance that it will turn violent. So I'm going to say, let's represent it with a face peril that each of you will do separately. If you all manage to get like a 10 plus, then it will not turn violent and you'll just, turn public opinion against them and get them arrested or something. But if you don't, then something bad is going to happen. So everybody think about what tags you would like to use to try to get people on your side and or defend yourself from well, especially the sheriff. The mayor's not necessarily a direct violence kind of guy, but the sheriff is.
Yeah.
So,
The sheriff is. And I'm mostly against the sheriff.
Yeah. And I'm going to invoke the scumbag mayor and the tourists on both of you, or like on all three of your guys' checks.
Okay. For my tags to get the town against him, I'm going to be using the sheriff's badge, the deputies, and that I'm trustworthy. Because I'll pay these deputies to slander the sheriff. Because one of them could just become the sheriff. So
bribing somebody else. Hey, not cool.
One of them will get a promotion.
Hey. We all know where bribes go. Okay, one place.
Yeah, well,
spread the love. Spread the love, Cyril.
You can take the You can take the mayor's spot.
Okay, all right. Now we're talking turkey.
Okay, I will invoke Kevin Wright, Regina, and the exonerating evidence.
Nice. Graham, did you hear the setup for what's going on?
No, but I'll pick up quickly. I step away for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically we're going to model the final confrontation between you guys, the townsfolk, the mayor, the sheriff, and the out-of-towners as a face peril. Because if you guys, if you all get a 10 plus, then things are going to work out well for you, and it won't turn violent. But if you don't, then it will. And so I am going to invoke the scumbag mayor and the tourists as negative tags for all three of your guys' face peril checks. And I will, and so you guys should each pick up to 3 of your positive or wild tags that you think will help you either get the townsfolk on your side or aid in whatever physical confrontation might result from this.
Oh yeah, I mean, political savvy, authority in my sub community, and I'm tall. Who the fuck wouldn't listen to me? I'm tall.
Fantastic. All right, so it sounds like all 3 of you are going to be rolling with a +1, and remember you get 2 humanity. And let's who would like to roll first, and how are you starting off this this confrontation?
I'll do it. I'll do it first. I would like to say, while everyone else is doing this, if it goes badly, I have an idea.
Okay.
Of resolving the B plot. If I fail when I'm handing off the evidence to my attorney, the park ranger gets sent by the sheriff to kill me.
Ooh. All right.
There is poetic justice for you to be shot at one point. I'm not saying fatally, but like.
What do you mean? I've done nothing wrong.
You killed a young girl. Whether or not that is intentional or not, I'm not saying you should die. I just like if you got shot in the final scene.
I got mauled by a bear.
Yeah. Okay. So good start.
And then that bear attacked me again.
Yeah, see, the bear knew. The bear knew it was up.
Okay. So we started with a 4. We're up to 5 right now with the +1.
All right.
We've got 1 die more to roll.
Come on,
what,
1.
We've rolled a 6, yeah, in total.
Yes! Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to wait to resolve these until we know what all of them are.
Okay.
I would like to ask a question, though. Should I also, because this is the same park ranger, should I roll to encounter true horror?
Yes, you will. Yeah, you will have to do that. And other people might too, depending on how that all plays out. So, Sean and Graham.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Go for it.
Like I said, I'm definitely getting the groundswell of the commoner, that the common person that lives in town, works in town, has to deal with the sheriff's tyranny. Showing them the badge, relaying the story of how we found the boat, and then when we got there's a bomb and the sheriff's badge is there. I'll use him as an example of what the sheriff does to anyone that stands up to him, where he was framed for murder, blah blah blah. And the deputies will agree, yeah, we've been having this issue for a while, but we didn't have any evidence, so what could we do? But now we have evidence. 6, 8. I just have a 9 total.
Okay. So you do get the deputies on your side, but not quite enough to completely prevent any sort of violence. So there is going to be something. So you will have to pick one of the 7 through 9 options, and we'll get to that in a moment. Graham.
Yeah, so Melisandre is an authority figure, politically savvy, and very tall, which means everyone listens to her. Anytime there's any kind of blowback, I'm like, no, let the other people speak. And every time there's something on our side that happens, I encourage that. It's all kind of like subtle, and I'm making sure that the points that our side is making seem more relevant, and that everyone else is I'm doing what I can to shift the kind of feeling in the room away. So this is a +1 here. That is a 4, a 4, +1, 9.
Okay, you also are going to have to pick one of the 7 through 9 options. Here's what happens.
Face peril, great.
Yes, correct. So here's what happens. You guys are, drumming up support among the townsfolk, among the deputies, and like trying, presenting the evidence, trying to clear your own names and also frame the sheriff and mayor. You managed to get the townsfolk and the deputies on your side, but and the sheriff is sort of just like panicking and unsure what to do. The mayor is panicking and unsure what to do. The sheriff has decided that he is not going down without a fight. And he indeed tells his ally, that park ranger, to finish off Cyril, and that is going to work a bit better. But also the mayor is willing, the sheriff is willing to just pull out a gun and tell everyone to back the fuck off while he gets out of town.
Wow, who would do that?
Yeah.
An innocent guy wouldn't do that.
Never.
Right. And things go poorly. Jamie, when Cyril is confronted by the park ranger, really no one observing can confidently say who fired the first shot. But you do start exchanging gunfire, and it immediately what starts out as almost like a duel between the two of you, because there's at this point there's like a mob of people around yelling about what's going on, and a few of them are mad at you guys, but most of them are mad at the sheriff and the mayor. And so when you shoot at the park ranger, or maybe the park ranger shoots at you first, in any case, the two of you are shooting at each other, and then the sheriff joins the park ranger and starts shooting at you, and then people in the crowd pull out guns and start shooting at the sheriff, and it becomes just like a massive bloodbath. And so this is horrifying to everyone involved, so all of you need to encounter true horror. And also it looks like all of you get injured in some way, so everyone who picked everyone who got a 7 through 9 has to pick one of those options, which is Sean and Graham. And Jamie, you have to pick 2 of those options.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine this, I'm not sure, maybe crippling injury, but narratively what I'm imagining is right as the violence is crescendoing, I hold a hand up, and as attempts to stop the violence, I say, please, this is not necessary, and then I get shot right through the fucking hand. The hand that I'm holding up to stop people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, critical injury or something.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
I clutch my hand and fall back behind some kind of debris as the firing continues.
Fantastic.
Okay,
since we're at a bar and I was trying to rouse everyone up against the sheriff, buying everyone drinks, getting everyone roused up, I got drunk.
Yes. So is that
that's my temporary tag.
That's your temporary tag. Is that your drunk? Okay,
yeah.
sure. All right. And Jamie, I'm curious to hear what Cyril does in terms of the face peril.
Okay.
And also, for each of you, you need to encounter true horror.
I rolled a 7 for encountering true horror.
Okay, great. So you're going to each of you who encounters true horror, you roll 2d6 and you add your current total of how much horror you've accumulated. Pick one of the options, and then after that, you gain a horror. So Not really
Yeah.
relevant because this is the climax, but if this were happening earlier in the game, that would continue to affect you later. So you're going to pick one of the 7 through 9 options, and also you're going to pick one of the 7 through 9 options on Encounter True Horror, and also you're going to pick 2 of the 7 through 9 options on Face Peril. And I want to once again point out that one of those options that you could pick is marking off a town tag. For instance, I invoked the mayor and the tourists, so you could, for example, kill the mayor, or permanently ruin the town's reputation as a tourist destination and cause there to never be tourists there again.
Both.
Done.
I was about to say,
Done.
I have an idea that would be good for narrative parallels for Cyril.
Go for it.
So Cyril is not involved in this rabble-rousing. He's at the payphone. He waits for his defense attorney to turn up, and then goes outside to talk to his defense attorney and hand him the papers. And then this park ranger turns up and pulls out a gun.
Yes.
So what I'm taking for my Encounter True Horror is you spot an opportunity and take advantage to put yourself in danger to aid someone else, or put them in danger to aid yourself. I push my defense attorney down an alleyway, and as this guy opens fire, and the first shot goes wide, goes through the window, tags the fucking mayor in the head, and blows his brains out.
All right.
And then the second shot for my 7 through 9, because I unmarked it with a revelation, I take another minor injury and get skimmed by a bullet while trying to jump behind a dumpster.
Great.
I got a 9 on my Encounter True Horror, so I was going to spot an opportunity, and I'm actually going to put myself in danger by using my Taekwondo to disarm the sheriff.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to say that because you're putting yourself in danger in order to do this and take the sheriff alive, you have to mark off another one of the Face Peril options. Gun versus Taekwondo. It is possible for Taekwondo to win, but it's very dangerous.
Yeah. So do I roll Face Peril again, or?
That's a good question. Yeah, let's just say you roll Face Peril, and the only thing you're adding is your Taekwondo, and I'm not going to invoke any negative tags. So rolling with +1.
+1. That'll be another 9.
Great. So mark off one of those to represent you getting injured in some way, but you do manage to kick the sheriff's gun away.
I will manage to escape unscathed. However, the tourists now see that this town is really unsafe, considering half the town is drunk and attacking the sheriff and the mayor. The
mayor just got shot in the face.
The mayor just got shot. Somebody else got shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark off the tourists.
Fantastic.
You know, a park ranger just turned up and started shooting people.
Yeah. So the tourists like, you know what? We could go to a different town and have a regatta.
I like how we've got rid of like every town tag.
Yes. You still have the ferry port and the boat races. Locals can just have the boat races now.
Hey.
As it should be.
Yeah.
So I got a 5, which I believe is unscathed, but this is the final encounter. I want there to be some kind of effect for me in the future. So I don't know if we've reached some kind of like epilogue-y thing, but I imagine that my character will have years of PTSD from this incredible violence they've had to go through.
Absolutely.
Just like flashbacks and people getting shot. And this injury that, although it heals, the emotional wounds will go on for many years.
Indeed. So you gain a horror because you encounter true horror, and this 5 was on the encounter true horror result. Is it okay?
Yep.
So because you got a 6 or below on any roll, you gain a foreboding.
Mm.
And that's it for the moment. Okay, so I did we resolve your face peril check, Melisandre?
That's what I just said. I got a 5 on the for the gunshot. Yeah, I got shot through the hand.
Right. Yes. You're right.
And then we did true horror, which I got a 5 on.
Okay, great. Cool. Okay, so yes, with the tourists are scared off. The mayor is dead. The sheriff has been sort of captured by the mob, and the deputies arrest him after the fact. And indeed, to answer your question, Graham, there is an epilogue mechanic.
Yes.
What happens to the park ranger? Does he just?
PTSD.
Does the park ranger just escape to the seas? After realizing, wow, I really balls this up. I just shot the mayor in the face.
Yeah, I think the park ranger got basically managed to escape, and so might come back to haunt you in the future. So here's how the epilogue mechanic works. There are 2 parts to it. The first one is if you guys can agree amongst yourselves about some like a person, place, or thing that you think will be more important in the town going forward, then they become a town tag. And so I have an idea for something that might be a good option for that, but I'm of course eager to hear what you guys have to say.
I was going to say, because now there's been a shootout here and we're in the Midwest, you know what's going to happen now.
Nothing.
The tourists are going to be the tourists are going to be here for a different reason now.
Oh, the violence.
They're going to be hearing like, "Oh, that shootout happened!" Oh.
Well,
okay.
It's a little too common for that to be occurring now.
Yeah,
it was like 100 years ago, maybe. Like, this isn't the shootout at OK Corral. Like, a mass shooting is just like a dime a dozen these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, but this one isn't a mass shooting. There was a posse of deputies, and then the sheriff pulled out a gun, and then this park ranger pulled out a gun.
I mean, par for the course. I'm not gonna lie.
And also, it's 1957.
Right? No. Fair point. Well made.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little less common in 57.
I forgot that it was a 50s.
Yes. Yeah. So that totally makes sense and is a very valid choice. The thing that I was thinking of is that perhaps Regina will grow in prominence in the town, since she's the one who's going to be like pinning the sheriff and the now dead mayor for all of the crimes and violence that have been going on.
Yeah.
But if you want like new set of tourists,
disaster tourists.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's gotten worse.
Yes, I like that as a sort of like ironic twist, because you got rid of the tourists, but now there's new tourists.
Now there's new tourists, and they keep asking us specifically questions.
Yeah. All right, so that's the first half of the epilogue mechanic. The other thing that it does is each of you think of the most emotionally significant moment for your character in the game. And if that moment involved something scary, then you gain a horror. If that moment involved you overcoming some sort of challenge, well, then you gain a humanity. And if you think that the consequences of that moment will continue to have repercussions in the future, you gain a foreboding. And then, so you can gain 1, 2, or 3 of those. And then once you've finish doing that, you can make as many revelation moves as you would like. And those are like short scenes at the end of the film, or maybe even like during the credits or after the credits, demonstrating how you and the town have changed.
Dear God, there's more. No.
I got shot and I have PTSD, so I'm going to think foreboding.
Okay.
I was
What was the mechanic again? Sorry.
Name the most emotionally significant moment in the story for your character, and if it involved, like, if it was scary, you gain a horror. If it was involved you overcoming a challenge, you gain a humanity, and if you think it will continue to have repercussions in the future, you gain a foreboding.
Okay. I'm gonna take making the shot on the bear.
All right.
I'll be taking foreboding for almost getting blown up in the boat, and the sheriff trying to kill me, and me replacing him by someone.
Okay.
So I'm going a humanity and a foreboding, because that bear is still out there.
It's true.
Yeah, I'll do a humanity and a foreboding for the for the boat, a humanity for confronting the sheriff. Since I didn't get hurt in that point, everyone else did, but I was okay.
Okay. And
how do we manage to turn these all into crime movies?
a willingness to be violent and a lack of supernatural. Well, I mean, no, you guys did have a supernatural opponent last time, alien.
Yeah,
with zombies.
Yeah, there was alien zombies, and one was
and the
cheese
other was
ghosts.
yeah, but the cheese ghosts were on our side though. They helped us fight the Nazis.
Yeah,
it's true. Yeah, I don't think that the Nazi one was a particularly crime based. Like, that was a war movie.
Yeah, I guess that one.
My character
could be considered crime based in that being partisans technically makes you a quote unquote criminal.
And my character, the officer in that one, tried to avoid crime as much as possible, because that meant he'd have to work.
Great. So do you guys have any revelations that you would like to make as we finish up here?
Yeah. I'll be taking the sheriff has a grudge negative tag because he's no longer sheriff. And I'll be adding the wild tag that one of the deputies that does become the sheriff owes me. But since it's through a criminal enterprise, it's kind of it's not a great tag since it's based on crime.
All right, so it's a wild tag. Nice. I like that. Evolving social dynamics in the town.
That's 3. I will, since people do like me, I'm going to either push forward for Melisandre to be the new mayor or for my sister to be mayor, thus giving me even more secret political clout that I'll use.
Oh no, I'm on the first plane to Washington. I'm fucking out of here.
Then I'll be pushing my sister to become mayor, to give myself more legitimacy as I build my miniature criminal empire in this area.
I do have another suggestion for a town tag, by the way, since the local police are so laughably corrupt, the state police.
Yeah.
I'll I have two sets of 3. One will be to replace. Let's see, what can I do with it?
So do I. I got so much humanity. I got back up to 6.
Yeah, so I'll spend 3 of my humanity to remove one of my negative tags, which is the I no longer blame myself for my friend's death because I know definitively that Cyril is a murderer.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm going to aim a wild trait, which is gun control. I'm going to be seeking new and better gun control laws in Washington.
What? Why? The guns saved our lives.
Yes, the hole that appeared in my friend's head. That's right.
Yeah, that was a park ranger who murdered them.
Yeah, it was literally the park ranger that shot them.
It was literally law enforcement.
Gun control is.
So, out of character, you'll want your character to move to Wisconsin or to Madison in Wisconsin, because everywhere else is extremely pro gun in Wisconsin.
No, just go to Washington. It'll be great.
No. Yeah,
Well, if you're going to become like a state legislator or senator, that's why you'd have to move to Madison. If you're just going to become a lobbyist, that's different.
Yes, we're going to start the new stage of her career in Washington is far away from her hometown and the horrific memories that she's trying to escape from.
Fantastic. I love seeing how people's characters change and forge new life paths after the end of the story. It's great.
Yeah, it's like most of my characters actually end up doing good with their life, like do positive things. Mark is actually just really leaning in to being a being a criminal,
into being a gangster,
making your career really take off now that your most significant opponents are gone.
What my revelations should be. I know because I found the evidence. I've got a new idea. Amateur investigator.
Nice. That's a new positive tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, my new positive tag is that it replaced the mayor.
Yeah.
With my sister, who doesn't know I'm a terrible.
We now both have Regina.
Yeah, she doesn't know I'm a terrible
Regina
person.
as positive tags.
She doesn't know I'm a terrible person. So that's actually a positive.
Until she looks through the sheriff's documents that say,
she really
I know
has
this dude.
Yeah, she really has a sort of a blind spot when it comes to her brother's behavior.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Cyril's hunting the most dangerous of games, park rangers, apparently. And that bear.
All right, is that all? Or did you have more, Jamie? All right, cool.
I do have more, but I don't know what to use it on.
That's fair. Well, thank you all so much for playing. I had a great time. This is a fun and unusual story that we came up with.
Is it largely intended to one-shots, or because of the nature of, like Jamie with all this humanity? Like, are you imagining there to be like short campaigns or whatever?
Yeah, it can be run as short campaigns, or it can be run as one-shots. I do usually mostly run it as one-shots, but I have also run ongoing campaigns with the same set of characters in the same small town investigating. Like, it was a series of supernatural mysteries in that one. So
hey, we still have Coffin Nail, Arizona. We can go back to that at any time.
It's true. Yeah, you guys still have the potential for more zombies in that town. So
or something to do with the Men in Black.
Yes. Yeah, the MIBs who came and took the alien that was hidden underneath the town.
And are now present in town and have got me tied down to a lame desk job. Overworked state trooper.
Yeah.
Anything else, Thomas?
No, that's it. I hope
thank you very much, John, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, thank you for playing. I hope you guys had a good time.
Oh yeah, I always do.
Sure did.
Great.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
See you around.